Yo, what is up, chat? How's it going? Hello, hello. What up, everybody? Happy Friday. How's it going? This Drunk Dane, thank you for the 5-month streak, or the 5 months on the 4-month streak, dude. How's it going? Lord Caffeine, what is up? How's it going? Hello, hello. Munzie, thank you for the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 28. I went ahead by one. How's it going, Munzie? Thank you for the 28 months. Jeez, 28 months, man. Feels like time's just flying by. Yo, what's up? How's it going? Ace Talene, hello, hello. How are you, sir? Welcome back to Twitch. Thank you. I appreciate that. MDS Ubuntu, how's it going as well? Hello, hello. Zyzep, what's up, dude? How are you? Shearer, Ja. How's it going, dude? Hello, hello. Welcome, everybody. The cat was not. How are you? Hello, happy Friday. How are we? How are we? How was our week? Dude, I feel like I've been doing nothing but like course content lately. I'm excited to just kind of get some project work done today. I've been doing a lot of like, more structured streaming, I guess I should say. I have no more work in 2022. Oh, wow. That's pretty cool. I have a lot of work still in 2022. Good, sir. Hope yours was well. It was good. Yeah, it was good. Is that a macchiato? Damn it. I got to remember to stop promoting Starbucks on camera. Yes, Linear does have a GitHub integration. Yes, yeah, it's a macchiato. Yeah, I'm a basic white when it comes to my coffee. Sorry. But what is up, everybody? How's it going? Hello, hello, Orca. How you doing, buddy? My week has been so. Past few days have been doing DHCP, DNS. Dude, you deal with like problems that I never want to deal with again. I do not envy you at all because you deal with such like low level stuff, man. I just not stuff I'm interested in dealing with anymore. If I had to deal with DNS on a regular, I would just leave. I'd be pretty depressed, to be honest. So I give you props, Zyzep, for all the problems you deal with. What's up, Agile? How's it going as well? Hello, hello. It is always DNS. That's true. G Vedes. I don't know how to say your name. I'm sorry, but hello, hello. How's it going? I pay you in good coffee to fix it. No, you can pay me in money to fix it. I take one currency, and that is money. I'm glad Route 53 and Cloudflare make DNS somewhat easy. Yeah, me too. They really do. But coffee is money. No, it's a product, or it's a, what's it called, a good given from money. It is not money itself. You're mistaking how the purchase system works. There is money, and then you give it away for a specific thing. The money's already gone. The coffee's already here. Hey, how's it going? Hello, hello. Well, what up, everybody? It's good to see you all. I hope you guys are having, like I said, a good week. Let me kill my mic down just a little bit. It's a little too hot. Today is really just going to be a chill day, I've had a pretty busy week, to be honest with you. It's definitely been a stressful week. I'm down to just chill and get some work done. And there's definitely some things I want to we're at an interesting point now because we are also, again, towards the end of the year in the sense of like a lot of the plans and stuff that we're doing. And the good news is we're in an okay spot. We did a lot of cool stuff. We did front-end masters. We've done a bunch of sponsored streams and other stuff like that. And so like, feeling pretty good about it. However, one thing that has been really lacking that I want to get back to is working on the projects that we've been working on, right? Like we did the Nick stuff for a while, and then we've like done some other things, but I do want to get back to just working on projects a bit because I miss it. I actually like working on the projects that we work on this stream, whether it be Quirk, LSP containers, or whatever. And I also really want to try and, at least over this next year, I think, have a good focus on those things, because Quirk has been something I've been building forever. We still haven't gotten to a point yet where it's able to be open beta and anyone can kind of join. Like we haven't gotten to a point yet where it's it's something that we can really put out into the world. So I really want to do that. I also really want to get LSP containers rewritten. And those are like kind of my big focuses right now. You know what I mean? Is Quirk, LSP containers, and just learning. Another thing that I am really interested in, if you guys didn't know, if you guys haven't seen the Twitters, I have been interested in learning some new language. Learning some new languages, I should say, sorry. And so this is actually on Twitter right now. This is a poll that I put out yesterday. We've had 60 votes, which again, thank you for everyone who voted. And yeah, I'm getting to a point where like I'm getting tired of the languages I'm working with. I'm getting bored with them. Python is not a bad language in any way, shape, or form, but I'm bored with it. JavaScript, TypeScript, bored with it. So I'm like, even Go in some regards, like I love Go, but like Go's just becoming my new standard. You know what I mean? And so I need something else to like enjoy myself with besides just Go. And so, yeah, so I put out this tweet saying, which language should I try first? And interestingly enough, quite a bit of you want to see me try Haskell first, which I'm not against either. I kind of talked about this a bit. Chris gave an interesting comment of just saying like, if you're looking for something more familiar, then, you might want to try like OCaml with Reason and stuff like that. And I just kind of responded. I was like, I don't know if I want to. Like, I kind of want to just jump in the deep end and, see how well I swim, which is what makes Haskell so interesting. So, yeah, there's a lot of stuff. And again, of course, there's, all the content we're going to be creating and we are working on and stuff like that. So I want to just get laser focused on the things that we want to focus on. You know what I mean? And really just like kick some ass with it, you know what I mean? So yeah, I think what we're gonna do first is we're gonna start by cleaning up the automation and stuff on the recording pipeline. Now, listen, chat, I need to talk to you really quickly about something. If you recall, we were working on the recording pipeline before we did the front end master stuff, and before we also did the sponsored stream the other day. And you'll recall that we were in the process of building this, right? Building this right here. Now, to go over what all Haskell rank is a great way to seriously. Yeah, no. There's a couple of stuff on Haskell that I'm trying to figure. Like, I don't know how I want to learn it yet. Part of me is wondering if I just want to make a YouTube series out of it, where I just record myself learning Haskell and then like cut that up and then like put that out as a series so other people could kind of like experience the same thing I have. I don't know if I want to do it live. I'm still debating on exactly how I want to do that, but that's a good, like, I appreciate any, like, share any links you guys have because I'm going to need them. So like I said, we talked about us wanting to get the recording pipeline in Amazon, right? And when we said that originally, we looked at like all of these things that we were going to do where we're like, we have this bucket, and this bucket has all of our video files, and, we have a publisher Lambda that looks into that bucket for any files and then like sends a pub sub event to like queue some stuff. And like this is absolutely something that works. I know because I've done it. I ran this type of setup in Kubernetes. Yo, Adam MC, what's up, man? How's it going? Thank you for the raid. Hello. Shout out to Adam MC. How are you, bud? Welcome everybody from Adam MC's stream. What's up, dude? How's it going? How are you, sir? From anyone just tuning in, hello. My name is BG. I'm one of the co-hosts of the Alt F4 stream. I am working on a lot of different stuff today. We're kind of just jumping around through projects and things like that. I was literally actually just about to describe the project that I'm working on here. So sit down and enjoy yourselves. But yeah, Adam, thank you for the raid, man. I appreciate that. I hope you're doing well. And how was your stream, by the way? How's everything with you? So yeah, if you're just tuning in or if you've been here from the start of the stream, I'm going over something or a project that I work on stream called the recording pipeline. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate that. I'm glad to hear it was good. If you don't know what the recording pipeline is essentially we have a specific way of how we do recording here at the Alt F4 stream. Right now, while we're streaming, we're actually saving this whole VOD, right? It's being recorded to an MKV file. However, we can't edit MKV files. MKV files are basically a container that like editors don't really know how to work with. And so one of the big reasons why we have this whole pipeline is simply because of that. Like, if we weren't recording to MKVs, we really wouldn't need this recording pipeline at all. But because we have the desire of having like the highest quality and the most like flexibility and things like that, using MKV was ideal. Because of that, though, we needed a way of converting these videos. Now, more than often than not, you know, you'd probably just like find some command line tool out on the internet and then you'd convert them on your computer. And for a while, that's what we did. However, the big challenge with that was just it was a lot. When we had like 16 vids, something like that, you know, just like it's like convert, and it would take a while. And not only did it take a while, but it required me to like handhold it. You know what I mean? And it's not really fun to handhold something like this. So the TLDR is I really wanted to make a system that made it so that I could just drag and drop a file somewhere or whatever, and then that's it. I don't have to be worried about if it's going to get converted or, you know, anything like that. The whole process will just be taken care of, and by the time it's done, we will have the output result. And so this is the V1. This is the V1 of that system that I built in Kubernetes, where basically there's this bucket, right? Like an S3 bucket, like I was just saying, that has MKV files in it. And then this Lambda that like periodically goes out maybe every hour or every day, whatever, to check for any new files in this bucket, right? And if there are any new files, then we send a message out to PubSub saying that we got some new files created. And then those get dropped into a queue for conversions, right? Once the conversion is done, that conversion sends out a converted event to PubSub, which then gets sent back to a queue to then trigger the archive. And this is how we created that pipeline, essentially. We had an event-based system that worked with queues to handle messages and queue workloads and all that kind of stuff. And so like when a convert was happening, it would have to use like EFS or some type of middle storage while it's converting. And then the same thing with the archive. And so you can see here, there's like this handoff over NFS where we actually convert the file and it's in like a pending state before it goes to the next step in the pipeline. And that's kind of where these things existed. The whole reason why I'm explaining all of this is because I got to a point where I was looking at it and I was like, man, it'd be great if I didn't have to manage all these things. And, you know, I really wanted to find a way, if I could just like have this be as simple as humanly possible, I'd love to do that, right? Now, when we were looking at the recording pipeline stuff like a week or two ago, whatever, there was a lot of different recommendations out there, but one of the ones that somebody recommended was a service called Media Convert. And if you guys don't know what Media Convert is, basically it is a Amazon product that is designed for literally the problem I'm trying to solve. You create a storage for files, right? You set up some IAM permissions, and then you upload those files to be encoded. Once those files are added to your bucket, Media Convert is actually able to like go out to your bucket, start converting files and all of that other stuff. Now there's a bit more magic under the hood for us. We were able to lean on like Amazon's natural event system and all of those other things. So what was once this big project, because of the power, and listen, I'm going to be fair, chat. If you guys are like, when should I use Amazon? When should I when use the cloud, or when should I not? This is a good example of honestly utilizing the cloud to its fullest ability, because we took this with all of these managed resources and we turned it into this. I'm not kidding, chat. This is the new architecture. It's this simple. And so what I wanted to do was I wanted to keep that pipeline, right? I wanted to keep that pipeline, but I wanted to make it completely seamless, right? And so now what happens basically is when a user uploads a object to the bucket, a Lambda is immediately triggered. There's no, we're going to check anymore or anything like that. A Lambda is immediately triggered, right? And once that Lambda immediately triggers, it triggers a job in AWS Media Convert. And that fires the conversion process. There's no middle ground anymore. There's no need for this, right? There's no need for the whole archive part, because the archive is handled by Media Convert, right? And you can see like this is where stuff just kind of started disappearing. We don't need PubSub anymore. We do need the Lambda. You can see we kept that Lambda, right? But even the queue system, we don't need anymore. The worker, like none of this stuff we need anymore besides just the publisher, right? And then of course to lean on Media Convert for its technology. And so that's it. Like that's it. So what does this mean? Well, it means that we made our recording pipeline technically serverless, right? Now, when I say serverless, am I saying like it doesn't have any servers? No, that's not what I'm saying. What I am saying is that all of these things that were required to get it to work before, right? Like all of these things, besides the publisher, were specific services or servers that were required to get this to work, right? These are things that we need to maintain: pub sub, queues, worker, right? Like all this stuff. Well, when we say we made it serverless, right, what we're really just saying is that we're not concerning ourselves with those problems anymore, right? I don't have to worry about if a queue is going to break somehow, or if a worker is not running properly, or for deployment. Like, I'm not deploying code anymore. If anything, the only code I'm deploying is a Lambda, right? Everything else just happens automatically. And so, yeah, this is our recording pipeline now. It's a lot simpler. And we just pay per the minute. We literally just pay per the minute. And here, if I can actually, let's do this really quickly. Console. Am I still logged in? I'm probably not logged in. Yeah. Hold on one second. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Hang on. Cool. Okay. So if I go into Amazon, I can show you these pieces, right? So the first piece I'm going to show you is the bucket, right? The bucket's pretty straightforward. We click on the bucket. We then go, or we click on S3, and then we should see a list of like all of our buckets. This is enabled for some reason. There we go. And we should see, there it is, Alt F4 recording archive. If I click on this, look at this. Now we have two paths, MKV and MP4. If I click on MKV, you're going to see that we have like a bunch of stuff in standard right now, right? These are all of the latest VODs that got uploaded. Now, what's interesting about this is that right now you're going to notice that they are standard. If you can kind of see, oh no, maybe you can't. Oh yeah, my camera's in the way here. You see how these storage classes for all of these files are standard? Another thing we decided to do to save time was this here, this archiver was a literal archiver in the sense that when it uploaded objects to S3, it stored them as a Glacier storage class. What we discovered was that if we did that right away, we were going to get caught. We were going to get charged from the recording pipeline trying to pull these VODs out of Glacier, right? So what we really needed to do is we needed to set up some type of like life cycle where we first upload them and then process them normally. So we just get charged, normal stuff. And then after that, they get put into Glacier. And so that's another big change that we made, where we said, like, we need these to be in Glacier to save money. Like, we know that to be sure, right? However, we also need to make sure that we're not, accumulating costs where we don't need to, and, basically having to pay for Glacier storage costs when it's not really ready to go into Glacier. So when a file is uploaded, and again, here's the cool thing, chat. I can upload this file. Anybody can upload this file. As long as it's an MKV format and it's put in this folder path, it will get converted. And so once that MKV has been uploaded, it's set to standard. And then again, that trigger happens. And so the next thing we can do is we can go to Lambda, right? So again, files here, right? Set into standard, right? The Lambda happens. So here's our Lambda, right? If you look at our Lambda, you're going to notice that it actually has an S3 trigger that goes to our Alt4LC recording pipeline publisher, right? What happens is when these files are uploaded, AWS knows how to trigger the Lambda based off of specific events. In this case, we do it for the created event. And so what happens is now, once a file is uploaded, a Lambda or a relative Lambda is queued for that file, so it can then do whatever it needs to. And what it does is it queues a media convert job. And you might be like, well, what is media convert? Media convert is the thing I was telling you that we use to convert all of our VODs. And so now you'll see here, if I look at the recording pipeline queue, all of the jobs that we have processed with media convert, right? And so if I click on this, look at that. Alt4LC recording archive MKV 2022, right? Submit time 12:13, or start time 12:13, finish time 12:13, right? And you can see here's our output, duration, our resolution, some like codec settings and stuff like that. So yeah, so this is the entire pipeline now, chat. I was able to delete 3 services that we maintained in order to do this as well. I didn't need the worker anymore. I didn't need the, or basically I didn't need both of the workers. And then there was a whole subscriber here as well that just doesn't need to exist anymore. So yeah, this is a much more what we'll call like vendor locked in solution. However, this vendor's locked in solution does also enable me to not really have to care about anything. Like there's no infrastructure to manage here. Like I don't have to do anything. All I have to do is just drag and drop a file into a bucket, and then everything is taken care of. And it's all hosted by Amazon. It's maintained by Amazon. Like, and I'm gonna be real. That's the kind of stuff we're gonna build in 2023. Like I want to build more things that I can just let go and not think about. And I'm gonna be real. That might even mean us not using Kubernetes as much, because when you take on the ownership of Kubernetes, you really do take on the ownership of the cluster, of managing the things that manage the things, and I just don't really want to have to do that anymore. I have a really strong desire to want to start leaning on more of these. Like I've seen the value that you can get out of something like this when you apply the designs properly, right? When you actually can say like, okay, I deleted 5 or 6 of my services just to be able to do this and lean on the cloud that already has this solution for me. I want to keep doing that, right? But I do know that there's going to be things that aren't going to work that way for sure. So it's going to be a mixture of us like migrating stuff, moving stuff, or migrating stuff, changing things. And I want to do this across the board. I want to do this with Quirk. I want to do this with any other project that we're working on. And I want to do it all in like Go. Like I want to start using Go a lot more as well. Ooh, that coffee is delicious. All right. So with that being said, let's just get into it. So what I need to kind of do now is I actually need to fix the recording pipelines automation and stuff. I did do a couple things, which is I did rewrite the recording pipeline publisher in Go. So let's see here. If I go down here, lazy git. Okay, let's do this really quickly. Let's reclone this because I'm also using git work trees. I've been using work trees for a while now. So when I can like start from scratch with a proper work tree, I'd rather do that. So there we go. So pipeline publisher, wt add main. Right, and then we're going to do git pull origin main, just so that we've got the latest main, just to make sure. And then we're also going to do wt add. Now, this branch already exists, so I don't actually have to create a new branch. But I do need to get this code locally so that I can actually work. Boom, boom, and then we'll go back here, and we'll just get rid of this so it's not in a folder. Invalid reference. Oh, okay. Maybe, oh, it's because, okay, I see. Okay, let's do this. It might actually have to put it into a folder. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, it's going to. Okay, whatever, no big deal. Git pull origin feature. Oh wait, so is it feature and then the name, I'm guessing? There we go. Okay, cool. All right, so as I said before, I converted this whole thing from a Node.js project to a Go project. So if you look here, you'll see that like 6 months ago when I initially committed this thing, it's like a package.json, right? We've got like all of these like different things, TS Node, right? TypeScript, IO, like all of this stuff that's in Node, right? I basically got rid of all of it. And this whole thing has been now written in Go. And as a matter of fact, it's literally one file. The whole thing is one file. I don't even like, I'm not even super worried about like changing any of the code right now. I would like to clean it up a bit, but I'd much rather at the moment just get the automation in place so that this thing is building the way it needs to. And remember, we use CircleCI for all of our builds and stuff. So what we want to do right now is we really just want to set up a build pipeline. Meaning that we're going to need a couple things. So we're going to need a Docker file, which we have. You can see here, this all looks good. Okay, so we have the Docker file already. So I guess actually what we really need to do is just set up the .circleci directory. Okay. I swear I've got like Go projects elsewhere that I can use as an example. Like I'm pretty sure I do. Let's just go to a Go project. Symfony, Pulumi VPN, Twitch CLI, Vault Sync. Yeah, we can just use this, I guess. That's fine. CircleCI, config. I just need to copy like an example. Oh, dude, this has got Harbor. No, we're not going to copy this. Never mind. We'll go to GitHub. I think Pulumi GitHub's the one that's like pretty up to date. Yeah, move to CircleCI Cloud. Yeah. Okay, cool. This is what we need. All right. So we're going to copy all this. Were you having performance issues in Node, or did you switch it up just for fun? There were no performance issues. Yeah, there were no performance. As a matter of fact, technically, Stoop Kid, we probably would have a much faster convert with what I'm trying to do if we used the old solution. Like the old solution could convert stuff in under like a few minutes, like up to like 10 maybe minutes maximum. Whereas like the media convert takes like an hour to an hour and a half. And you might be like, yo, BG, like why are you paying for that? Well, there's a big difference, which is with the solution that I was making, these services were on all the time. And you can't do this in a Lambda. Like you can't run a Lambda that does like a conversion like this. It would be, you'd basically just be rebuilding the whole media convert pipeline at that point. You know what I mean? Yo, what's up, Haj? How's it going? Hello. The Shiloh as well, Dog's Code. Hey guys. And so yeah, like it kind of got to that point where I was like, all right, like I followed that mental process of like, okay, let's make a Lambda. Okay, let's try and get this working in a Lambda. And then it was just like, yeah, you know what? We're not going to do this. And then again, that's when media convert came around and kind of popped on my radar. And like I said, I think the biggest value to that was we're only paying for the time that we're converting, right? Because it's, serverless essentially, we're not really paying for, time that we don't need to be paying for because it's only, charging us for the amount of time it needs to convert. So that offsets the requirement of having a service running basically 24/7, as well as a few other services to getting this to work. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's kind of really what made the decision here was like, we can pay per minute, right? There's no maintenance of hardware or infrastructure, and we get the same result, if not, maybe a little bit better because they may have like, nicer features with their encoder than like we do. So it was a win-win. It was like again, you look at the comparisons there and you say like, well, do I need a a converter service running 24/7? No, I don't. I only need to pay for the conversions when I'm running them, and so that was a big reason why. I have a DevOps interview entry position on Monday. Any tips to prepare? I've never applied for DevOps role. Coming from software engineer, but I've been preparing, doing a lot of Kubernetes, CCAD, CI, CD stuff like GitLab. So Sabbatic, Sabthenic Fiend, I think. Sorry, I don't know if I said your name right. I don't know if there's any real way to prepare for a DevOps interview. Like I've definitely had, obviously been interviewed for them myself. And like what I got on my course was like, do you know Docker? Do you know basics of Kubernetes? How do you track how do you do like a 99th percentile tracking? Like, very simple things. I think honestly, you might even notice that it's a little easier to interview for DevOps because a lot of people don't know what they need or what they want. So the parameters, like you're not going to go into, at least let me put it to you this way. You should not go into an interview where they're asking you to do like leak code challenges for a DevOps interview. If that's the case, then like leave. Just leave. Like it's not worth it. Like they don't know what they want and you're just going to waste your time. Like, yeah, so I that's my, no, you really, if like, I'm gonna be real, if they do that, then that's a red flag to me. Mainly just because like, not to say leak code is terrible, but for starters, you should never use it as a tool to hire somebody. But secondly, like I barely program, like seriously, I really barely program for work. Like I don't do it that often. And a lot of my, a lot of my real work is sitting down, talking to people, breaking down problems, conceptualizing solutions, writing documentation. Like, yeah. Interview prep to me is more about how you present yourself and learning how to accurately communicate complex ideas. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I agree with that 100%. Tired sysadmin. I'm pretty much in the same boat. Like, I really don't go into interviews prepped at all. And you might be like, BG, are you serious? You don't go into it? And yeah, no, I don't. I don't care. Because what I've realized is, like, one, you're actually giving the most honest perspective of yourself possible if you just go in there cold. Like, I'm gonna be real. Like, if I wasn't meant to work at Google, it's probably because I wasn't smart enough to work at Google, not because I, shoved a ton of random knowledge in my brain for a month just to be able to get the job and fake what I know, rather than just be like, this is where I'm at in my career. Maybe I could work here or not. You know what I mean? Like, I much rather simply would just naturally be like, this is where I am, this is what I know, than try and like over prepare for an interview. And I mean, I think it helps in the sense that it's always made it more accurate for them to be like, well, what do you know? What do you don't know? I could just be like, well, I don't know this. Like, I do not know. But if you give me time, I will figure it out. I think that's a big thing people want to see too. All right, percent test. All right, so we're gonna change Pulumi GitHub to recording pipeline publisher, right? Yo, Sabthentic Fiend, I appreciate the follow, dude. Thank you. Yeah, I don't know. A lot of people, I guarantee would look at that and they'd be like, oh God, I would never do that. I would always prepare before I go into an interview. Okay, that's fine. I don't feel like lying to people. like seriously, I feel like there's a bit of deception there. But I mean, I also understand that like you have to prep. Like I get it. I don't know. Maybe don't follow exactly what I say. But I don't know. That's what I feel. I feel like if I'm in a situation where I can just represent myself naturally and be like, this is what I know, this is where I'm at, you want to hire me? You know what I mean? Like, it makes it less challenging, I guess. Yo, what's up, Whisper? How's it going, buddy? C Red, how's it going as well? The only reason I got the interview was because they saw I had an interview at HashiCorp, and I had to write a lot of infrastructure as code like Terraform. Oh, nice. HashiCorp's a good company, man. They got some good people there. That's cool. Okay, so if a company isn't going to hire you solely because their leak code, if a company isn't going to hire you solely because you didn't know some leak code progression perfectly a place you don't want to work. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, for sure. 100%. I agree with that holistically. By the time you got here we go. Sorry. By the time you get to a phone screen or an in-person interview or whatever, a manager has about 75% of their opinion on your skills and viability based on your CV. The interview is about you, your people skills. Yeah. Yep. I mean, so it depends, Tired Sysadmin. I will say this. I have even been pulled into meetings where they're like, hey, we don't know what this person knows. Can you like probe them? And I've done that before. I have. It's not something I really enjoy doing, but like, I think there is a bit of technical expectation. I just don't think I want to be the one setting that expectation. I'd rather them set it. You know what I mean? I don't want to be like, hey, I technically expect to do this to be able to interview with these people. It's like, they'll tell me what they technically need, and then we'll just go from there. Like that's kind of how I look at it. I started job. If I'm not ready for what you do, I go next. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, like I really do believe that that's not a bad way of handling things, but maybe it's not for everybody. I get it. We're very controlling. Like, controlling in the human form is pretty common. I hate to put it that way, but it is, and that's really what a lot of it is just trying to control, the situation as much as you can so that you can get your job, but the reality of it is it's like dating. It's either going to work out or it's not, like that's just the plain and simple. It's either going to work out or it's not, man. Like that's it, I think this applies to smaller companies. I think if you go to a FANG level companies with so many people to handle, I think leak code at the very least matters. Yeah, I mean, Crazy Umbrella, you're not wrong. You know, you're definitely not wrong. There are companies that utilize that. I will say, I don't know, man. I don't know if that's a company I want to work at. Like, I'm gonna be real. I don't think I'd ever work at Google or Amazon or like any of the FANG companies. Like, I don't really want to. Yeah, I don't really want to. Like, I had a time where I was gonna try to be like a FANG employee, but like it's so much hype bullshit that like if you subscribe to it, you're probably going to hurt yourself more than just not subscribing to it. Like, I feel like if you actually go like, I'm gonna subscribe to this, and then you play that game, you're like, oh god, like, okay, you know. I just don't subscribe to it. What's up, Mira? How's it going? LSP containers. There you go. I got you. Okay, so we don't even need this anymore, technically. Okay, so Docker, BuildX, Plain, Project Shaw. So what I'm doing right now, Chad, is I'm setting up the pipeline so that we can actually start building this publisher in CI. And right now, I have a CircleCI.yaml file, which I'm setting up, and then a just file that I'm setting up. If you guys are curious on why I'm using these things, you should check out our YouTubes. I made a whole YouTube video on automating your CLI tasks, and that's literally what I'm doing right now. Is I'm automating my CLI tasks by basically having all of the like steps and everything in Jest, or I'm sorry, not in Jest, in just files, and then I just run those here. So you'll see like checkout, login, build images just uses just, right? Same thing for push as well. So we're just setting that up right now so that this will run in the pipeline. And we don't need that CircleCI config. Okay, so what do we need? So we need just build and just push. We also need login, just login. Yeah, so there's the login one. And then we've got build. I do need push. Yeah, here it is, just push. Okay. So we'll do this. We'll add push to it as well. Docker image push, registry project. And like you'll notice here that like I actually have copy and pastable just commands because I've gotten to the point where like I really have like eventually I'm going to get to a point where I don't even need to write these files. Like seriously, these are going to get so parameterized and things like that eventually, like, I'm just gonna now listen. If you guys watched my FEM course, my front end masters course that we recorded, by the way, you'll know that there's a tool that I created on or in that course that showed you how you don't have to write code again. If you recall, it was the template CLI tool that I made on that with that course. That's gonna be the goal for us here. Eventually, we will have a CLI tool that I can just be like generate, and it'll generate a specific just file for Go. It'll generate a specific just file for like, you know, the things that I'm trying to build, so that I just don't have to write any code. Like really, we're going to get to a point where a lot of this like boilerplate, like just file, CircleCI YAML stuff, it's just going to be a file that gets generated. We give it a couple parameters and then we're done. And by the way, hey, listen, if any of you are interested in DevOps, I highly recommend you checking out Front End Masters. My course is not up yet. It is not up yet. I think they're still editing it. Maybe it is up. Let's see. Yeah, it's not up yet. But it will be up, and I highly recommend you checking that out, especially if you're new to DevOps. Like, I purposely go out of my way in the first part of that course to reset your perspective on DevOps. So it's definitely one I recommend you checking out. Okay, cool. So build, login, push. Let's go back to the CircleCI config. Actually, here, let's just give ourselves some more space here because I am kind of running out of space. Okay. All right, so here we go. So AWS CLI is there. Login to ECR is there. Will they be adding most of it? Did they ask you what to? They've already like edited. Thank you, Tired Sysadmin. I appreciate it. I think the automating CLI task video is gold too. The problem is a lot of people don't realize what gold is in the DevOps world until they like uncover it. The 3 videos I've shown you guys, or that I've even made so far on YouTube, are like they're pretty big. Like they can help you a lot. I highly recommend checking them out. Like if you haven't, seriously, as well as the ones that I'll hopefully be uploading soon. Will they be adding most? So yeah, the whole workshop's going to be on there, Whisper. The whole 4-hour, 5-hour workshop or whatever. It will be on there. Yeah. They're just editing it. There's a couple things that they said they wanted to do. So like my class was very different, or my course was very different in the sense that like I'm the first DevOps person on the platform. Like I really am the first DevOps person on the platform. And so they don't really know, like they're trying to test, like I think they're testing like titles right now and like basically just the best way of getting it out, because we did the course. It was awesome. I had a lot of fun filming it. But it's a lot. Like it's for starters, it's not necessarily an introduction course in the sense of like, if you're a junior engineer, you might not get everything that I talked about. And I think that's what they're just trying to make sure they prevent, is like making sure that we basically don't, accidentally have somebody who's like a complete newbie to all this looking at like these advanced ideas and, discussions and things like that. So I do know that it will be up soon, but I just don't know. I don't know when yet. So yeah, but I highly, like, if you're interested in DevOps, I'm not just promoting myself here because it's my course. I highly recommend checking it out. Like I put a lot of my own experience into that and what I felt were the biggest like learning points for me getting into DevOps. One of them, massive realignment on what it is, right? Massive realignment on what it is. Second one, service directory, like automating things in a way where you don't have to just constantly be copying and pasting code or, like coding a bunch, but you can just have off the shelf solutions, right? Like that's really what the service directory part was, like off the shelf solutions or off the shelf solutions. And then the service, template CLI tool was off the shelf solutions, but for code, right? I don't want to have like really it takes me time to write these CircleCI templates, but we kind of build services a lot the same way, right? Like there's a lot of these steps that are almost identical, and the only differences are just the parameters we give them, right? And so you can see here how parameterized even this stuff is, where it's like, all right, we have a project, recording pipeline publisher, right? And we use that as our parameters, but then look at build. Build is just registry, Alt F4 project shot. Like this could be reused anywhere, right? Same thing for login. Like this could be reused anywhere and stuff. So like that's what I mean by eventually this is all going to become very templated, because I can just give it parameters and generate these files on the fly. And these were like massive changes for my mentality, because I had gotten so used to just being like, oh, I need a bucket, give me a bucket, you know what I mean? And you just kind of have this like huge like file full of random resources that you don't really know how they connect to each other or how any of that stuff works. So question, how do you pass secrets to a pipeline like ECR login password? So this is actually done through NVARs, through NVARs. And so what you'll notice, hold on, let me kind of show it to you here, is I've got like build, right, login, and then push, right? And the login like doesn't have any NVARs here. That's because if we go to here down at the bottom, you'll see a context that is Alt F4 LLC AWS. The TLDR on that is that is the environment variables for Amazon. And those environment variables have the AWS like secret key and all that stuff. So that's when it goes to log in here, right at the top, it just has those, available to it. So yeah, it's just environment variables. That's the TLDR. You know what I think I'm going to do, chat? I think I'm going to do you guys a favor. I don't really want to do this, but after doing the course on front-end masters, I'm realizing that the text might be a little small. So I think we're gonna make the text a little bit bigger, which like I'm not super excited for because I hate typing with small text or with big text. But I'm looking at it now and I'm like, ooh, we might want to make this a little bit bigger. So this will help you guys too. I know you guys are excited for it. I'm just not. Font. Yeah. Okay. Here we go. So 12. What if we just go to 14? There it is. Ooh, that is a bit bigger. It's definitely better. I almost want to say like maybe like 15, because the font feels weird. I don't know if that makes sense, but like the font, it feels a little too elongated. Oh yeah, that's better. That's not bad. What do you guys think? Does this look good to you guys? Is this better? Yeah? I'm just waiting for you to post a video on Nix and setting up VM with it. There's like a video in front of that video, but I've been working on both of them. Yeah, there's one video in front of that video. The main reason is like right now, I don't really care if videos like pop off, Matt. Like don't get me wrong, I want them to. I want my videos to pop off. However, I'm strategically releasing videos in a way that like if you have a question, you could just go to another video. Right? Like, to be clear, that is another reason why it's taking us so long to do videos. Is because like I want to make it so that like if you have a question about Nix and you're like, I don't know what Nix is, then you could just go to a video. So I'm purposely kind of doing that just to be aware. I shouldn't say I kind of am. I am. Like, that is literally what I'm doing. Okay, so let's go back to there we go. All right. This should be easier for you guys. Good God, this is zoomed in. Holy crap. I am not ready for this. Oh gosh. All right. All right, here we go. Okay. Oh wow. Oh wow. This is a lot more text size than I expected it to be. Okay. All right. So what do we got? What do we got? So we've got the build, we've got the login, we've got the push, we've got AWS CLI install, Jest install, setup remote Docker. The Manjaro, wait. The Manjaro ISO setup's not working anymore? What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? Like it just doesn't work. Because I know like that was one of the things I stopped using Manjaro for, was they didn't always work. It didn't always work. Which was a bit of a bummer. Let's do, okay, so now what I need to do is I actually need to find something else, which is I need to find maybe it's in here. Hang on. Okay, cool. All right, so now I need to get the deploy step. Now, technically this isn't a deploy. Yeah, technically this isn't a deploy, but it does like push the code basically is what it does. Why are my okay, that's kind of frustrating. Why is this setting? I don't understand this. Help me understand this really quickly, chat. In NeoVim, I have set my size to 4, but for some reason it's still catching things that were like set to 2 and keeping them at 2 tab width, and I don't want that anymore, but I have like no idea why this is happening. See, maybe it's expand tab. Do you need to configure your work environment as Lewis or yeah, just cancel it. It's fine. Like I'm creating a VM on VMware Workstation Player from scratch. After doing that, the initial full set upgrade, I can't use the terminal because it's frozen at time after. Weird. Yeah, I'm not too sure what that is. Maybe it's expand tab. Vim expand tab. That might be what's making it do that. Retab and converts tabs to spaces. So SEET SETS4 ret. All right, let's give that a shot. SEET SETS equals 4 ret. That did nothing. All of that did literally nothing. Cool. Converts all sequences and tab stops or spaces, even though Okay, but like Vim and Vim only use for spaces. I don't want auto indentation to work. Tab stop, shift with, expand tab. Tab stop 4. Yep. Shift with 4. And then set expand tab. True. What am I missing? Oh wait, what is this? Percent retab. Okay, let's try this. If I could just figure out an easy way to retab it, then I'm fine. Retab. Why? What in the you want to stay at 2 tabs, bro? I don't want it. I don't. Oh god, this is just like infuriating. Okay. Set. No. These are just the kind of things that irritate me so much. Like I used to call out Avi on the fact that he'd get frustrated over his editor freaking out, and like now I do the same thing where I'm just like, dude, just let me freaking work, okay? Like that's all I want. I just don't know if like here's the problem, chat, which is I don't know if I'm like messing with too many things at once. Like maybe we don't need expand tab. What is hidden? Error bells, backup. And maybe we don't need soft tab stop. Right? Like the big one, or scroll off that one we want. Show mode, false, tab stop. Like, okay, so it wants tab stop and shift with. Hidden. I don't know what hidden does. Cool. It's just a field. All right, let's try this really quickly. All right. Really need this thing to just stick with 4 tabs and quit freaking out on me. Did it work? All right, let's see if it worked. NVim. Dude, NeoVim, stop auto indenting. I don't want it to auto indent. Turn it off. How to stop auto indenting? Please. Create a file. Disabling file type for... No, I don't want indentation off. I just want... Does nobody even know what I'm talking about? Like, am I just losing my mind right now? Like, I don't want it to... On pressing tab, insert 4 spaces. Okay, so let's do this. I'm going to try something really quickly. Set tab stop equals 4. Okay, that does nothing. Set shift width equals 4. That works. But like retab. Like that. Okay, so if I save this and then I reopen it, is it going to be 4 still? Why is it? Oh my god. I hate programming. I hate programming. I hate programming so much. Editor config conflict. Okay. I'm open to your thoughts. Where would that be? Because I don't think I have an editor config anywhere. You know what I mean? Like I don't think I actually have one of those. Yeah, it seems like tab stop, expand tab, none of this stuff is working. Split right, secure, no right backup. Like I don't think I'm doing anything wrong here. Maybe it's a NeoVim thing? Or maybe you just need one? What do you mean what do I need? Okay, so use for YAML. Maybe it's like a YAML thing? I don't know. Set local tab stop, expand tab, shift with soft tab stop. Below is my snippet, it properly indents YAMLs. How is that proper? Editor config. I don't, where would that file be? Because I don't have one of those. You know, you feel me? Like I don't have an editor config anywhere. At least that I'm aware of. If I do, then I don't know about it. Is Tej live? I might literally just go ask Tej. Oh, he is live right now. Oh, he's doing AOC though. I don't want to bother him. What about these commands? Any of them useful? Set local. What's up, Alcaeus? Set local no auto indent. That's what I'm looking for. I think that's what we're looking for. The no auto indent. Okay, hold on. I think that's what we're looking for. Auto indent. How to stop auto indenting. The indentation provider for most languages is very helpful, and you should consider it. However, it's easy to disable all auto indents. Actually, if auto indents is off, it enables the file type indent plugin on. However, file type indent plugin off command may be included in a system-wide. Like everything's in the Nix flake. If it's not, then it's being auto-generated somewhere that I'm not. You guys can hear me? Yeah? I'm slightly nervous that our thing is going out. It's working now. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I don't know. I'm worried that our like thingy's going out. Like why? Why? Fucking hell. All right, let's try this really quickly. Nope, that did nothing. That did nothing. Maybe it's smart indent? I do not understand why I... Oh my god. I don't understand why it's automatically going to... Like, I understand that it's formatted in 2, but, like, it does not want to put my YAML file in a 4 spacing. Why? Yo, DS Legends, thank you for the 18 months, bro. I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. Use language-specific plugins for indenting. I wonder if I have that enabled. Indent. Tree sitter. Indent. Maybe that's what I'm dealing with. Maybe like tree sitter is doing this and I'm not aware of it. Let's just get rid of everything that's indent. Because look, like the 4 cases are fine. You know what I mean? Like I don't understand why. So auto indent is off. File type plug. I don't even have that enabled. I included options auto indent, smart indent, and C indent, but you should rather use specific smart indent. Let's disable smart indent as well. Smart indent. False. A strict term which better for the C language. Okay. Time to call Tej. I don't want to bother Tej unless I really can't figure it out. What's up, Vin? How's it going, by the way? Yeah, I don't want to bother Tej unless like I really can't figure it out. But I do want to fix this. Like this is something that has been annoying me for a while now. See, like, look, the auto indentation on here is fine. It's still it's still 2. Do I have to like expand tab? Do I need to have smart indent on? Maybe I do. Smart indent. Come on, stop. True. At this point, I'm just guessing. Okay. All right, so if I go here. All right. I think I am gonna bother Tej. Oh, I don't want to though. I don't want to bother him. I don't know what's happening, chat. I really don't. I don't know why my YAML files want to consistently stay at 2 tabs, even though that's not what I want. You know what I mean? Like I could do this, I guess. Here, I could do this. Node packages prettier. I could do this. This is worth a shot. Maybe this will fix it. KY? What does that mean? I don't know what that means. Is that like a macro or something that I'm not aware of? Okay. Prettier. So if I do this, except for I do .CircleCI YAML, and then we go back to this. See, now it's in 4 tabs. But look, it's still oh my god. It's still, even if I convert it to 4 tabs, it wants to use 2. Like, what is going on here? Is this just like a standard stupid YAML opinionation? Like, why is my YAML always in 2 spaces? NVim convert 2 spaces to 4. I haven't. We can give it a shot. I wasn't sure if that was something I wanted to turn off. You know what I mean? Like, I got you. I got you. Trust me. I got you. I just don't know if that's something I want to fully turn off, you know? But we can give it a shot. That's probably what it is. Like, in all seriousness, that's probably what it is. I just wanted to know if it was. Okay, so file type, indent, off. Right? But yeah, no, you're not wrong, dude. You're not. I feel you. Like, I got you. Let's see if this works. If anything, if it works, then I'll just... I guess it really doesn't matter if I'm always trying to use 4, eh? I guess that's a fair point. Like, if I'm always trying to use 4, does it really matter? Oh, okay. Is this how do I do this? Actually, how do I do that? How do I set the file? Like, what is the option for that? Because this seems to have broken it. Set file type. File type. Wait, what? Yeah, how am I supposed to do, like, describe this? Because I don't think that's YAML. I mean, I guess. Yeah, how do I don't know how to, like, what is it like this? Like, what is the actual command to turning set file type all? Just remove set. Really? I'm using a vim command though. Should I do that? All right, I'll give it a shot. Whatever. Let's see. If I can disable any kind of auto indentation and then just set it to 4 always, I think we'll be good. Oh, well, that worked. Oh, you might be right. Nope, it's... Thank you for the hydrate. I appreciate that. Thank you, dear say. Hello. Sorry, I'm like raging right now. Do you honestly feel more productive in Vim instead of VS Code? Man, Cow, you are asking that question at the literal most opportune time for a setup of Vim does not look like it's helping you right now, okay? I gotta be real. You're asking it at a very loaded moment, which is, yes, 99.9% of the time I do feel that way. But when I have to deal with something stupid like this, then of course it's frustrating. But this is not an example of the normal experience with Vim. This is me trying to figure something out here that's a little bit more specific to my use case. You know what I mean? Yes, like there's no doubt in my mind that I have a much better experience with Vim. I enjoy working on it all the time, you know, stuff like that. I am just dealing with a specific problem right now that I cannot freaking figure out what is going on. So that's all. Yeah. Yeah, I don't have to deal with it. You're not wrong. I don't have to deal with it. But like it's frustrating to me. I don't like mixing 2 and 4 tabs. You know what I mean? No, you're not, man, Cow. You're not annoying, dude. I'm calling it the way it is, which is you asked that question as I was struggling. So it was kind of a loaded question. But yeah, no, I genuinely, like, this isn't my day-to-day. I haven't dealt with this in like months. You know what I mean? And I have been like to going back to Wobble, you know, you don't have to deal with it. Yeah, I don't. I absolutely don't. I could just say this and just use 2 tabs. But I'm also a perfectionist who like literally loves screaming at the computer until he gets the way he wants. So I don't know, man. All right, I don't know what to tell you. For me, it's really already difficult to use Vim. I mean, right now it's not making it easy for me. That's for sure. Like, I can set it, which is, it doesn't make sense as to why YAML, like, wants to use 2 instead of 4. Like, I don't understand why I can't, you know what I mean? All right, let's read this. I spent a few hours working through the intention page of JavaScript. The conclusion is, do not remove from your vimrc. This setting provides the best smart intention for multiple file types if you're getting bad results. So are you telling me that... thank you for the shout out, by the way. Yeah, shout out to Yursurin. How's it going, buddy? Hello. Sorry, I'm like... so you can't use tab with or whatever it's called? I have it set. Here's... Okay, look. You ready for this? Look, chat. Look. If I open up a file right now... This is for... Oh, no, this is actually 2. Yeah, see, like some of my files are going to 2 and some of them are going to 4. But, like, I want everything across the board to just be 4 spaces. That's it. I don't care about the programmer or whoever made the language and why they think 2 might be... I don't care. I'm done with 2 spaces. I'm throwing it out the window, and I just want 4 spaces, okay? Whatever I need to do in Neo... Whatever sacrificial, like... seance I need to do to get the NeoVim gods just to let me use 4 spaces everywhere, I will do it, okay? You know, I know. I think that's what I'm gonna have to do. Somebody suggested that in the thing. I think it was this one. There's like an AU command here. But like why? No other solution on this paper works. Wait, what? Set local format options. Format options. Remove. Are they removing these? So wait. Am I supposed to believe that out of this whole article, they're saying that this is the only thing that actually works? Automatic comment leaders. Disable automatic comment insertion. No, that's commenting. I don't think that's what I want. I'm not spending this whole stream dealing with this. I'm going to tell you this right now. I'm not going to do that. Shift with rules for C programs. To stop indenting when pasting, finish the command by pressing F5 while in insert mode. What? Dude, I do not understand this. So if I just do shift with 4, set shift with equals 4, and then I do this, look, now we're shifting properly. So yeah, so something is going on with Lua where it's wanting to shift, even though, okay, we're just gonna override Lua. That's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna override Lua because it works like everywhere else. Except, well, actually, maybe we'll also, damn it, now I'm gonna have to create like a few overrides. All right, so let's get auto indent turned off. Let's get smart indent off. Backup, NeoVim options. Backup. Make a backup before overwriting a file. Leave it after the file has been successful. Okay, that's fine. Error bells. We're gonna look through these really quickly, chat. Error bells. Ring the bell. Okay, those should be off. Expand tab. I need to figure out what these is. I just got to read the docs. In insert mode, use the appropriate number of spaces to insert a tab. Spaces are used with the commands when auto indent is on. To insert a real tab when expand tab is Control V tab. Can it be a setting coming from some Nico Lua? But wouldn't that only affect Lua stuff? Because I'm talking about YAML stuff right now. Sorry, formatting. I don't know if I follow what you're saying. Oh, yeah. Okay, we're on the same page now, the delay. Yeah. Yeah, this is YAML. Like, I don't know why it's doing this. So expand tab is defaulted to off. We have it set to true. Maybe we just do that as well. Oh yeah, no. It's not working. So it's not working for a couple things. It's not working for Lua. It's not working for YAML. It is working for Lua. Lua's fine. Look at this. Like, see, Lua's fine. See, those are definitely 4 tabs. Well, that's not, but this is, right? Like that's definitely 4. We're good on that one. I'm just gonna clean up my edit or my configuration a bit here, chat, because I don't know what do I need backup? Right, like this backup is defaulted to off. Make a backup before overwriting a file. Leave it around after the file has been successful. If you do not want to keep the backup file, you do not want to back it up. You know what? Let's just turn that off. I'm going to try and get as default as I possibly can. Error bells off as well. Okay, so we don't need that anymore either. What about hidden? Hidden. Not all options are supported in version. This depends. Wait, what? Hidden options. Oh, maybe I'm not looking at the right thing. Buff hidden. Follow the global hidden option. Okay, here we go. When a buffer is unloaded, including loss of undo, when it is abandoned, Boolean on. Okay, so hidden is on by default. So I'm just going to use their defaults. Scroll off. Minimal number of screen lines above and below the cursor. This will make some context visible around where you're working. Yeah, I actually do use scroll off. I like scroll off. It's nice. All right, so let's go to soft tab stop. Number of spaces that a tab counts for while performing editing options, like inserting a tab or using BS. It feels like tabs are being inserted while in fact a mix of spaces and tabs is used. This is useful for keeping the TS setting at its standard value of 8 while being able to edit things like STS. However, commands like X still work with the character 0. So wait, maybe we should set this to 0. Maybe this shouldn't be 4. Value will be ignored if... Yeah, maybe we shouldn't have this set. We're just going to get rid of it. Whatever. We'll get rid of it. Shift with. Now, I'm pretty confident we need shift with. width. Default is 8? What? Okay. Should I, you know what? I'm just going to set everything to default. I'm kind of curious to see what this looks like. Show mode. If an insert mode, replace mode, visual. If an insert mode, oh, show mode. Oh, dude, show mode is disabled. All right, we'll get rid of that as well. Tab stop. I haven't gone through these settings in a while, chat, so it's probably good that I'm doing this. Tab stop. Here we go. The number of spaces that a tab in a file counts for. Also see retab command and the soft tab stop command. Setting tab stop to any other value than 8 can make your file appear wrong in other places. You mean like what I've been dealing with? Crap. Okay, so maybe I shouldn't do it like this. All right. See, this is why you read the documentation, chat. Honestly, dude, I think we only need scroll off and term GUI colors. Actually, term GUI colors might even be auto enabled. Okay, they're not. Yeah, they're not. That's titled to fixing my broken Neo Vim. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. No, we're okay. We're okay. All right. So we have set a decent amount of things here. What I'd like to do next is color column, right? Is a column separated list of screen columns that are highlighted. All right, because we have a color column. Yeah. So that's 80. Yeah, 80. What is the color column currently set to? I wonder. Default is nothing. Interesting. So does that mean if I just get rid of this, like I don't need it? Encoding. Always UTF. String used for internal, always UTF file encoding the control. Oh, you know what? Maybe we don't need that either then. No write backup. Make a backup before overwriting a file. The backup is removed and the file is successful unless the backup option is on. So this option means that Vim fails to write your buffer. Oh. Okay. We'll delete that as well. Yo, what's up, LeBron? How's it going, man? Secure. Secure. Okay. Secure. Vim secure read. Whoa. There's only one. What? Interesting. What does secure do? I don't even see that as an option here. Vim secure. The contents of a given file, if existed, is trusted or otherwise null. Attempt to read a file at path, prompting the user if the file should be trusted. The user's choice is persisted to the trust database. Oh. How's it going for Baron though? Every time I come here, I feel inadequate about my keyboard. Just get one, and you'll feel better. Interesting. So there's a trust database. I am gonna disable this because I don't know if I've been like. Wait, did I have encoding in here twice? Oh my god, I did. I did. Split right. I know we want. Split right. Yeah, when splitting, split right. Yeah, we want that for sure. And then update time. Update time. Default 400. Okay, we can get rid of that as well. All right, so I think we are much more defaulty now, right, chat? Wrap in Markdown. See, yeah, the only thing I've done here is I have an auto command that wraps Markdown so that it's easier for me to be able to read it. You know what I mean? All right, let's try this. Let's see what this does. We drastically got rid of quite a bit of options. I mean, listen, we've talked about the Moonlander a bunch. It is personally my favorite keyboard, you know? That's it, really. If you're interested in trying it, you definitely should. Okay. So now if we go here, we're still in 2, bro. Yeah, we're still in 2. So I don't know how, but even with all of the settings that I have set, it is still, like, YAML is still going in at 2 spaces. And I am not going to lie, I do not understand it. I really don't. Like, even this is, like, Nix is also at 2 spaces. Would you be trying that new split keyboard from Kinesis? Yeah, I'd be down for it. It's a good keyboard. I don't like their old one, the one that looks like a skateboard, but the one after it looks good. You know what I mean? Did you check the kickstart.vim? I'm having I don't think I have kickstart.vim and Vim. Is that a plugin? So, yeah, I can do that. Yeah, no, we can do that. We could totally do that, and that'll fix it. But, like, how do we make it? Okay, let's try one more thing. NeoVim force for tab everywhere. Yeah, I want it. I really do want it global. One of your plugins may be overriding them. Verbose set tab stop to find out which one. Ooh, good call. Let's try this. This seems to be like something promising. Do I have to kit the space there? Tab stop 8. Well, if my tab... What? All right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to set it manually for now, cuz this is stupid. Yeah, this is pretty stupid. Vim.api and Vim command. Yeah, seriously, if that doesn't make it more confusing. Yeah, I really I do not understand why it's... I think it comes from the file type plugin file. Is there a way to set my configuration? Is override settings by FT plugins if this is the option? Spitballing would... I could do that as well, technically. Here, let's try this. Let's see if this works. See, this is why people fight over tabs versus spaces, because it never works. We're not going to do YAML here. We're going to do star. And it can just get over it. Wait, what happened? Okay. So we have indent. All right, let's try this. I mean, I can make it global by just adding that a auto command, I guess. You know what I mean? We just add the auto command and call it a day. It just sucks that, like, that's the requirement if that's the case. All right. Yep. That fixed. That fixed it. My soft tab stop is 4. Should that be 8 or should that be 8? Well, this probably didn't change, right? Because we're only setting the... Actually, here, that's a good point. Let's see. Once you hard code over it, it definitely seems to take it. Let's, yeah, all right, I'll do that really quickly. We'll see what the STS is without it. That's a good point. Is it supposed to be 8? Is the STS supposed to be 8? Because I would assume that's why you're asking. Again, I don't fully know. I guess it's going to be 2. Really? Interesting. Oh, I see, because it's less. Yeah, okay, I got you. 2. Yep. So does that mean we just have to set the STS to 8 or to 4? And then we're good? Because I don't think there's anything else that's really changed besides the STS, right? To the setting you want, I guess. Yeah. So 4 should be fine. I like how you're like, I don't fully know, bro. That's totally fair. Let's see if we can. But I think the plugin you're using is setting it to 2. Let me put it to you this way. There's a solid chance that there is a plugin that it is setting it to. I have no idea what the it is. That's the best way I could put it. Soft tab stop. Okay, so let's do this. Let's try this. We're going to keep this AU command disabled for right now. And then we're going to do soft tab stop equals 4. I think that's what we said we wanted. I really envy VS Code users. Here's the real problem with it, chat. And I'm going to just be real with you on this one. There is not enough support for this kind of stuff in NeoVim. NeoVim does a fantastic job of, like, you know, doing a bunch of other things, but actually utilize, like not all of these work in NeoVim right now. Like, I don't know if you knew this, but like not everything has been ported over to the new. I mean, maybe it has been now. Actually, not. I shouldn't say that because I don't fully know. But I know at one point, like, not everything had been even ported. So like you'd be going in there, adding options and being like, why isn't it working? Why isn't it working? Just to realize that it's not working simply because of, you know, yeah, see, it's set soft tab stop to 2. But yeah, you get my point. FTP plugin. That's what it is. It's the FTP plugin. That's entirely what it is. FTP. That's what it is. It's the file type plugin. But oh man, it's the file type plugin for sure. I think this is, I think we do want this file type indent off. Detection plugin. Did we already try this? And it didn't work? I don't remember. Did we already try this and it didn't work? We're definitely getting it from the file type plugin. Maybe this is what we need. File type plugin indent off. That might be what we need. All right. Vim API and Vim. Come on. Actually, here, we'll do it down here. Vim.command file type plugin indent off. That might do it. And you know what? If I figure it out, then we figured it out, chat. Come on now. Okay. Ha-ha! Victory! That's what it was. Okay. So that's what it was. It's not the indent itself. It's the plugin's indent. We got it. So yeah, we gotta, because we don't want to change detection off, right? Like, we don't want to change detection off. We just want to turn off the plugin. Well, I don't know if we're turning off the whole plugin here or if we're just turning off the indentation. Plugin indent off. Unchanged. But here's the thing is it seems like it loaded through the plugin. Yeah. Well, that's the thing. It's like it's backwards. So like the only thing I don't know. Let's try this. Which is now that we're in the terms of my grandfather cooking with gas here. Let's just do this now. Plug in file type indent off. If this doesn't work, then it's something to do with the plugin. You feel me? If file was not switched on yet, it will be as well. The auto FTP plugin vim runs this. The result is that when a file is edited, its plugin file type is loaded. If there is one, okay. I'm a little nervous that we might actually have to turn this off for a specific thing. You know what I mean? Like what we did was good, but like I'm slightly, yeah. Okay. Yep. See, there it is. Yeah. Okay. So it's the plugin. It's definitely the plugin, FTP plugin. So then, is there a way you can like FTP plugin.vim using FTP plugin to time my configuration? Markdown. Past I would have done this. So instead of clearing my Vim, instead I can create a markdown.vim. This keeps my vimrc tidy and my dot files easy to manage. Oh, interesting. So this is probably the real play. You know what I'm saying, chat? So yeah, I think this might actually be the real play here, which is, where is it? Config nvim. I see. FTP plugin markdown. So what does that mean? I meant the, oh, okay, I got you. Okay. So to do that, chat, that's going to be a little bit tougher. That's going to be something in Home Manager. So Home Manager actually makes it so that it knows how to like maintain files for you and just put those files in place. Crap. That's going to mean that I'm going to have to, It will, but I need to. All right, so here now what we need to do is we need to do nix home manager xdg files, I think is what it's called. Packages, there you go, home.file. So even for programs which Home Manager doesn't have configuration, you can use it to manage your dot files directly, e.g., right? So basically I could be like xdg comp file, or it could be like home.file. Like here, we could do this right now. We can kind of fix this up a bit. So I'm going to copy this, right? And then we'll say nvim, oh wait, no. Config nvim, what was it? What is it? FT plugin. Here, I'll just copy this whole thing. There. And then what do we want to do? We want to set this to change it to YAML. Good call. Yeah. YAML.vim. And then what do we want to set this to? We want to set this to, I guess in this case we could just set the tab stop and stuff, right? Like in this case we just, yeah, okay. I see. Yeah, we could literally just grab this. So set sts equals 4, set ts equals 4, sw equals 4, and then expand tab. Right? I think that's right? Let's move this over here. So this will create a file called config nvim ftp plug or ft plugin yaml.vim.txt, and then it'll set that. Again, Nix is awesome. It's so nice to be able to do stuff like that. Okay, so before we do that, let's quickly just give ourselves a new window, go down to config, and make sure this got rendered properly. nvim. Yep, look at that, FT plugin. And then if we open this up, hey, look at that. Cool. Hell yeah. Dude, I love Vim. All right, I love Vim. All right, so, or I'm sorry, Nix. Jeez, I'm just messing up my stuff here. No, but look, okay, what? It's still being set. Are we sure that this is getting added to the right place? Because that does not work. Config nvim ft plugin markdown.vim. So instead of cluttering vimrc and auto lines, instead I just create with the settings I want. Oh, maybe it needs to be set local. Maybe it needs to be set local. So maybe it's set local. Come on now. You can do it. I really want to figure this out. This doesn't seem to be working. Like, it's still getting it from that. Are we sure this is the right path? Yeah, this is... Ugh, it's so frustrating. And nothing happened. Now, not the reaction I hoped for. By default in Linux and Windows 2, the file type plugin detection is off, so you need to add it. We've already... Oh, dude, hold on. Okay, hold on. I might be crossing wires here. Yeah, okay. Yeah. I think I'm crossing wires here. Yeah. Okay. Let's try this. Maybe because I turned the plugin off or something? I don't know, dude. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm so confused. I don't know. Maybe. Dude, I don't know. I don't know, dude. I don't know. Nope. No, it's just like, it's not... Dude, I bet you... Hold on. I got an idea. I bet you this isn't the right path. Because if you look at the Nix setup, I almost bet you this isn't the right path. Watch. Here's why. Because if you, like, you got Nix... You remember, Nix is all about reproducibility. This is going to share nvim runtime, FTP plugin, yaml.vim. So I think this would go under local. So local share, yep. nvim runtime, yep. Okay, I'm gonna give this a shot. Yeah, I'm gonna give this a shot. And by the way, anybody who's judging NeoVim because of this, don't. All right, I'm doing something very, very specific. Okay, like I'm doing something that most of you probably would not care about at all. All right, so just be aware of that. Like, this is a little you know, yeah, a little niche. Okay, home manager. And now I'm not, like, now it's at this point I'm just like, you know, stubborn. Now I'm just stubborn. Share nvim runtime ftp plugin or ft plugin. I got that right? Here, I'm just gonna copy everything after share. Doop. All right, there we go. All right, let's see what happens now. My bones tell me that that might be it. But if this doesn't work, then I'm just gonna set the AU command and we're gonna call it a day. And then I'll just reach out to Tej later. I don't want to bother him while he's streaming. That just doesn't seem very polite. So nope, it doesn't work. Yeah, it does not matter where you put this thing. It still just wants to grab it from there. So here's a question. I'm going to do this really quickly. Set soft tab stop equals 8. Yeah, that doesn't even... Wait, what? Okay, hold on. I want to try something. Hold on. Let's see here. Soft tab set. Okay, so that's set to 8. We want... What do we want? We want... Wait, we want 4 TS, STS, and SW. Okay, so... TS. Tab stop is at 8. Set tab stop 4. Okay. SW. Shift width. Shift width is set to 2. Dude, what? It has to be all of them. It has to be all of them. So it will work. But now this recommended approach of like the FTP plugin thing. Yeah, so it's definitely the parameters are right. To enable loading for specific file types. I'm very surprised at how hard this is. To say the least. Is there like a path that I can be looking for here that like I'm not aware of? Path. If the file type detector is not switched on, this actually loads the file FTP plugin. You can enable the loading of the plugin files for specific titles with file type plugin on. Set file type plugin. Can I do that? No, I guess I can't. What is can I get the runtime path? How do you get runtime paths NeoVim? Here we go. Local share nvim site. Oh, I missed something. Yeah, you see this? Local share nvim site. Okay, maybe it's not working because I didn't put it in the right place. But like that's the way you can know what the actual path is. So local... Wait, what was it again? Local share nvim site. Config nvim. Local share nvim site. No. Let's try this. This makes me not want to touch my NeoVim config. I mean, like I said, I'm doing something very specific. Like, don't get caught up in what I'm doing. Like, that's the best way I can put it. Okay. Share nvim runtime. Yeah, I don't know where this is, man. I really don't. I don't know where I'm supposed to put this. Like it, yeah, so it should be under local, share, nvim, site, runtime. Yeah, I don't really know where else it would be. I really don't. Nope, that's not what we want. Yeah, I don't really know why. I mean, I guess I could try putting it in the after local share nvim site after. Here, let's grab this whole runtime path really quickly. Let's go here. Anything with this? Interesting. What? Interesting. The nvim or the config nvim after? We can try that, I guess. So that's just config nvim after ft plugin yaml.vim, right? Is this what we're thinking? Yeah, let's give it a shot. It looks like that might be right. Just by like reading what I'm reading, you know? The good news is we have a fix, which is we got it. Oh my God, we fucking got it. Oh, wow. Okay, let's look at the STS. There it is. Oh my. That was annoying. Holy crap. Okay. I had no idea that that's how that's supposed to work. See, this is what persistence gives you, my friend. Actually, this is just what like being arrogantly stupid gives you. Interesting. Although look at this. Holy smokes. Look at the. So it's doing this right now. Interesting. Whoa. Okay. So what we might need to do now is we might need to change the settings on that a little bit. Okay. Okay. So here's the question, which is, I think this is supposed to be 8, right? Like, what are the defaults again? Because I think now we're running into the circumstance where it's like freaking out, right? So, oops. So TS. Zero. Maybe we need to set STS to 0 here. You feel me? Like maybe we need to do that. SW, because shift width, when 0, the TS value will be used. Default 8. Let's just do the defaults for right now, right? Let's just try the defaults for right now. Because now that we know this is working, I want to see like how we're making it get so wonky. You feel me? You feel me, chat? Yeah, you do. I know you do. So default 8, TS is 8, STS is 0, right? Because they said if you do STS with TS, it like freaks it out, right? This feature is off. Okay. And then shift width is 8. Yeah, no, I agree. Default 8. Okay, cool. What about expand tab? Is this on by default? Off. Oh, it's off. Okay. So maybe we get rid of that. All right, let's try this. Yeah, that was a good play. That was a good catch. I'm glad that we figured that out. I'm glad we just figured out, like, it's just, replace tabs with spaces. Got it. Okay. That would make sense as to why it's called expand tab. All right. Oh, dang. Oh, nope. We're working now. Like, it's actually working properly, but now we're now we're actually getting 8 tabs. Could you make up your mind, Neovim? Jeez. All right. Okay. All right. Like, come on now, Neovim. What? So, okay. I have a theory. Hold on. No. I have a theory. I'm gonna set STS to 4. I bet you it works. I think I'm understanding what STS is now. Like, I think I'm actually understanding what STS now. I think this will work. I'm putting out a theory here, chat. I think I might understand this now. I do not. Never mind. I do not. Nope. Never mind. I don't. I don't get it. I don't understand what STS is for at all. I really don't. All right, let's try a 4. I thought it was like gonna be like an offset or something, you know what I mean? But like clearly that's not the case. It did not do what I expected it to do. All right, so let's go back to just simple numbers. Okay, hold on. There we go. All right, now we're on 4 tab. Okay, cool. Now we're good. Chris, did you really? I appreciate that. I appreciate that, Chris. I do know that you did your docs. I forgot. I I appreciate the call out, dude. I will start using them more. No, I know it was. I'm just giving you a hard time. I appreciate that, but what the fuck? Oh, dude, Eusterin, you're so nice, dude. Thank you, dude. It was so good to meet you at TwitchCon, by the way. Like, me and Atoda both have said this quite a few times. You know, we got so lucky to meet the people we did, and like, seriously, thank you for the support, man. I wish I could tune into your stream more. Listen, bro, I'm gonna be real. I've tuned into your stream multiple times. I don't know much of what you're saying. I wish. No, I know. I try to keep context as much as I possibly can, but then I'm like, I don't know what he's saying, man. Like, I don't know. But I do appreciate the love, man. Seriously, I do. I'm just giving you a hard time, Chris, by the way. I'm just giving you a hard time. So, okay. So what does this mean? So this means that we have set up an override for YAML, right? Like this is basically what we have done here. And we also like got rid of, oh, should I get rid of this soft tab stop? I just realized I have that hard coded. Is this DevOps for? Yeah, I mean, kind of. Is this really DevOps? Like, no, this is just me working on my own editor setup right now, but we'll be back to the DevOps in a second. Listen, chat. If you want me to write YAML, then I'm going to write YAML the way I want to write YAML, okay? And if I want to write YAML in 4 spaces instead of 2 spaces, then guess what? I'm going to do that, okay? So yes, it is DevOps, all right? It's my DevOps. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking, chat. I think we get rid of that as well for right now, because I don't like. I kind of want to default everything, and then like I'm realizing now what the better approach is here, which it seems like the better approach is to. Oh, dude, you know what? I just realized something. Check this out. We have the same thing, but for Markdown. Yeah, check this out. So we can do markdown, right? And then we'll do set local wrap. And now I can get this AU. Dude, I can get this whole AU command out of here. Oh, that's dope. I like this. Wait, what? Why aren't you? Oh, it's the same thing. Never mind. Yeah, I can get rid of this whole group here. Do I use QWERTY? I do use QWERTY. I do. Yeah, I do. Mostly because I don't want to not be able to type on any other keyboard. I'm sorry, dude, but I have. Let me put it this way. Oh. What? Oh, farts. Chat. We might have done something bad. Look what happens when I format. Now it's going to wait, okay. Okay, hold on. No. Okay, hold on, chat. Hold on. Is 8 spaces the default in Vim? Like if you just roll straight out default, do you get 8 spaces? Oh my god. Why? I mean, listen, I don't want to, contest the NeoVim gods here, okay? Like, I am, I am not, whatever, but like, why? Why is it set to, do people really write in 8 all the time? Because Vim is 8-bit and superior, of course. Because it was made in the 90s. I mean, okay, I guess, like, sure, I'll take that one. Because it's old as that's why. Use VS Code. It won't ever default that. All right. We're gonna set this. All right, so we're gonna do a couple things here because 8 is greater than 4 is greater than. You're not wrong. You're definitely not wrong on that one. Yo, anonymous. You're back. Thank you so much for the gifted sub, anonymous. I appreciate that. That is very, very sweet of you. Thank you. Again, you don't have to be anonymous, but I respect your anonymity. Do you format on save or do you manually format? I manually format. Formatting on save makes me hate my life when I edit. Yeah. That's gonna be the easiest way I put that. Yeah. I have learned that formatting on save literally makes me hate my life when I'm editing. Yeah. So I just don't do it anymore. Cause Stallman is for 8 letters. Wait, are you serious? Please don't tell me we're doing a stupid standard because of a guy who eats his own foot. That would be sad. That would be very sad. You know what sucks too is like I think a lot of us really wanted to like Stallman, and then we found out how weird he is, and then it's like, oh man, you had to be the one of the OG creators. Like, all right, I guess. All right, so we want to set tab stop, and then the soft tab stop 0. So if we set Okay, so if we do, so hold on. So oh my gosh. Okay, I need to understand what the tab stop is. Okay. Okay, here we go. Okay. Oh my god. Thank you. Number of spaces that a tab in a file counts for. Oh, okay. So this is like it looking at a file and saying like, okay, if I have 8 spaces, that's a tab. That's what this does. This is like an identifier. There are 4 main ways to use tabs in Vim. Always keep tab stop at 8 and set tab stop and shift width to 4 or whatever you prefer and use no expand tab. Then Vim will use a mix of tabs and spaces by typing tab, and BS will behave like a tab appears every 4 or 3 characters. Oh, maybe I should have just read this. Oh, I feel stupid. Okay, let's read the docs, chat. God damn it. Okay. So one of their suggestion is to always keep tab stop at 8 and then set soft tab and shift width to 4. If we set tab stop and shift width to whatever you prefer and use expand tab. This way you will always insert spaces. The formatting will never be messed up when tab spot is changed. Okay, I like the second one. Hold on. I'm sorry, Chris. Hold on. Let's respect CM Griffin here. Hey, Chris, actually, real talk. Can I just like copy the link and will it like work on yours the same way? You know what I'm saying? Like if I just wanted to like do this. Hold on. Where'd it go? I wanted to just do this. User, maybe? Nope. Did he leave? Nope. Well, Chris, it's gonna be a little difficult to use this. Okay, hold on. Tab stop. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know how to use these docs, so I'm just gonna go back to what I'm used to. I love you, Chris. I'm sorry. Okay, set. So I think 2 might be our best option here because 2 always inserts spaces and the formatting will never be messed up. Set tab stop and shift width to whatever and use mode line to set these values when editing the file again. Only works when using Vim to edit the file. Oh, okay. So what's the last one? Always set tab stop and shift width to the same value and no expand tab. This should work for initial indents only and for any tab stop setting that people use. It might be nice to have tabs after the first non-blank inserted as spaces if you do this though. Otherwise, alignments will be wrong when tab stop is changed. It seems like 2 is the one we want. It seems like what we want is tab stop, shift width, and expand tab. Right? Like it seems like that's what we want. Shift width equals 4. Right? And then expand tab equals true. Right? I think that's what we want. So it's saying set tab stop and shift width, tab stop, shift width to whatever you want, and then use expand tab. Okay, let's try this. We're cooking with gas now, chat. Like now I'm just tweaking stuff. Ooh. Okay, don't format that. Let's not format that. In practice, settable tab stops were rather quickly replaced with fixed tab stops, de facto standardized at every multiple of 8 characters horizontally and every 6 lines vertically. A printing program could easily send the necessary. Oh dear God! Wait, are we talking about like literally printing code, like printing? Because yeah, that'd be a bit old. There we go. All right. So, but we knew this was working, right? Yeah, because this is hard coded to work the way it's supposed to. Yeah. Okay. So now let's get out of this, and then let's like open up a Lua file, right? Like vim.lua. Oh, dude, look at this. Look at this, chat. All of my tabs are messed up now. There we go. And now if I format them, they're fixed. Okay, I think that's what you want, chat. I think that's what you want. Yeah. You see that? Did you guys see that? When I opened this file, it was like this. And then when I actually turned expand tab on and then reformatted it, it got changed back to 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, these are spaces now. So I think this might be what we want. So now let's go to Home Manager and let's make sure that we've got the same thing here. So tab stop is 4. STS is 0, right? And then shift width is 4 as well, right? Because that's what they say. They say you can either you can either use tab stop and shift width and then keep whatever 0 and it should work. And it'll, yes, and to be, you know what though? Hold on. We need to expand tab, right? because now we know what this does. Yeah, so we need to expand tab as well. Yeah. Okay. I'm not gonna lie. I think we finally got the setup where I wanted it to be. Hell yeah. Thank you for being patient with me on that, chat. I really appreciate it, especially because I'm hoping now you guys understand how you can customize your own tabs. Okay, I think we're good now. Yeah, I think YAML's in a good spot now. I usually do this on my own. What do you mean? You mean like not streaming it? This is what we call quality content, Userin. It's quality content. All right, here. All right, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to. Oh wait, what was the retab thing? Right, retab. Does that mean I have spaces now? Oh, it does. Look at that. Yeah, I have spaces now. Hang on, what if I want to use 3 spaces? Is that possible? Oh yeah, absolutely, dude. Like real talk, you can set it to whatever you want. I literally just showed you guys that. The problem is getting it to work like, you know, the way you want it to. Yo, Anonymous, thank you for the gifted sub to Johnny. Thank you. I appreciate that. Johnny, how you doing, bud? Thank you for being here, my man. Hope everything is well with you. Happy to help a fellow NVimmer to fixing his config. I appreciate that, dude. Thank you. But yeah, Robotin, you should be able to use basically any side you want. Like holes on the side of a paper print. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought you meant. I was like, I think we're talking about literally printing code. Not exactly my cup of tea. Not really trying to print code anymore. Considering the majority of devs at Twitter had less than 100 lines of code per month, that wasn't much pay. Oh, damn. Shots fired. I was just being sarcastic. Okay, so listen, I love you guys. I'm going to be fair with you. I take all of your questions seriously. I am the Ron Burgundy of questions in software and gaming, okay? If you ask me a question, I'm going to read it like I think it's a real question. Do you know why? Because I give you the benefit of the doubt. So I'm just being fair. I am literally the Ron Burgundy of questioning when it comes to software and gaming. I will answer every question as if it was a real one. So I appreciate you letting me know when it was sarcasm because yeah, I'm gonna answer it that way. Hello, is it? Yeah. Just do exclamation dot files. Yeah. I'm Ron Burgundy. Okay. All right. I think we're good. I will say this, though. I'm kind of curious about something. Where's the... Let's try something really quickly. Home manager. You know what I'm noticing? Home manager set to 2 spaces, too. Nix.vim. I like how your default finger can Yeah, it's because I played a lot of video games. I appreciate that. Yeah, it's because I play a lot of video games. Nick's standard indentation is 2. Well, if that's the case, then does that mean I should really just be using 2? You feel me? Like maybe like I know I just did all of this and now I'm like, should I even use it? But like 2 is better. I don't fully agree with that. I'm gonna be real with you. I don't fully agree with that. JSON is even better. Oh geez. Just for Nix? No. I'm just saying 2 and 8 is for free. I don't know. I'm not going to get into it too heavily, but I personally prefer 4. Yeah. I used to write a lot of 2, and then I realized my own personal preferences. I enjoyed, Vim plugin Vim Nix. So that's actually coming from the Vim Nix plugin. Huh. All right, I'm gonna make a poll. I want to make a poll really quickly. I want to see what you guys think. Which should we use for YAML? 2 spaces, 4 spaces. Vote, chat. Which one do you think we should use for YAML? 2 spaces or 4 spaces? Should we use the default basically, or should we override it? What would you do? Vote! All right, you nerds, tell me. I need to know. If you want an opinion, you have to vote, all right? Otherwise, shut the up. What's up, One Punch Mac? Ooh, it's neck and neck. It's literally neck and neck. Ooh, 2 spaces. I'm just going to go with whatever chat says. So if chat says 2 spaces, then I'll use 2 spaces. The only reason why I'm actually thinking about this now genuinely is just because if there are standards around like I just wanted everything to be 4 spaces, but if there's actually standards around it, I don't want to break those standards. Good luck reading code. I arrived to be told. Not you. I wasn't telling you to. I wasn't telling you to. One Punch Man. I was saying if you don't vote, you have to. I always go with the default, so I voted for 2. But I also think go with your preference. If it works, then you forgo. So here's the. All right, now you guys are just trolling me. Here's the thing, and I will say this: look at YAML when it comes to 4 spaces. Right? Are you guys? I'll break the vote, chat. I'll break the vote. Don't make me do it. If you don't break, you guys are trolls. I should have never asked you. I should have never asked you, chat. Either you guys are really that 50-50 or you guys are at that point are just trying to make it so I have to make the decision. I've been doing this for a while, all right? 4 spaces. Oh, 4 spaces came in out of nowhere. What editor is this? This is NeoVim. Yeah, no, that's what Ropiton is saying there is kind of like what I'm agreeing with here. 4 spaces. Okay. 4 space for life. All right. We'll roll with 4 spaces for a bit. We'll keep it for a bit. Let me re-enable the other plugins that I had here that I disabled by accident. Oops. So indent blank line. Indent. What? Interesting that Lua got set to. It looks like 2 spaces. Could be wrong though. No, it's 4 spaces. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, Lua was set to 2 spaces. Like, look at this. Like, I genuinely think programming code looks good in 4. I really do. Yeah, I don't know if Lua is the best solution there, but I do actually think like this code looks great. 2 would just be too much. Okay. Cool. All right. I think we've cleaned it up a bit. Nice. What are we coding? Right now we're trying to make sure my editor works the way I want it to. Right now we're coding in Lua technically. Okay. All right, we'll keep it to 4 for now. I'm fine keeping it to 4. Yeah, we're doing YAML ops right now. YAML for Kubernetes? No, just YAML for pipeline I'm writing right now. Indent. Colored indentation levels. Oh, that's cool. That dude, Capuchin is so awesome. It's such a good theme. They did like such a good job with it. Okay, let's try this. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Now, hopefully we can get back to doing what we were actually doing. Okay. Let's give it a shot. Let's go to CircleCI config. Hey, there we go. And see, now you can see I've got my little line indentions and stuff to be able to see everything. Okay, cool. Perfect. Oh, did this even like auto indent the right? See, look at this. This indentation is actually messed up. I don't know why, but YAML doesn't seem to want to go to 4 that easily. Like, it's kind of weird. But like, yeah, see, there you go. There's proper indentation. When I formatted it, it gave it 2 extra spaces. And I don't know why it did that, but it did. You know what I mean? Like it gave it 2 extra spaces for some reason. And it's YAML's, excuse me, it's like object attributes in YAML. It doesn't know how to format it properly or something. Prettier, that is, I should say. Prettier is the one that did the formatting here. Prettier sucks though, so I guess I should have expected that. I just probably pissed off a whole bunch of people saying that. What do you mean Prettier sucks? I use it in all my projects. My bad. I like formatting my own code. Yeah, I will say YAML's a bit thick when it's in 4. But hey, at least I can make a decision on if I want to keep it this way or not. You know what I mean? I'd rather try it and see if I like it. A few moments later. Yeah, sometimes like I'm worried, but then I just spend all my day trying to configure it so it works out the way I want to. Yeah, dude, you get it. So you totally got it. You totally got it. Who's doing 4? I'm doing 4 right now. 2 is the thing. Is it? Oh my gosh, dude. Is it really? Yeah, I know. It's standardized. I know. We just went through all this. Okay. Cool. So we don't need to do this. We need to do the tag stuff. So now that we've got this working now finally, and I can close like these 900 friggin' tabs. What I need to do is this. I need the tag. I need a tag. Tag. All right, where's tag? Deploy. But see, this is the dashboard. We want the back end. So let's go here. BFF. Yes. And then we'll go to just file. Publish. Tag. Here we go. So we want this tag command. Do. All right. And then we want to take just. See, the just file is not even it's okay. Hold on. There we go. All right. So yeah, interesting. So it looks like see, that's just not enough spacing, dude. That's just not enough spacing. It looks like anything that's set to 2, I'm going to have to like manually come in and do this unless I have a formatter that can just take care of it for me. Oops. Okay. So now let's go here. Tag project SHA version. Recording pipeline publisher. Interesting. So, I might have to put this on tags. Yeah. I might have to put this onto tags. So when it's tagged, it does this. Because we don't really want to deploy. We really want to tag. And if we wanted to, we could say Docker tag. But what we want to do is we want to build Docker. And then we want to tag it when we set a specific version. One second. So this is what we really want. This whole one here. Cool. Yeah. So here, do this. All right. So now we can change this to tag. Resource class isn't going to be that. We'll change it in a minute. Attach is fine. Just pull. Okay. So here's a slight problem. We use the version in the package.json for Go projects, but this is for Node projects, but this is a Go project. So when we're ready to finally tag it with the version that we need and like get that image pushed up to the cloud, basically. Do we have any way? Yeah, there's no, like the Go mod doesn't really have a version in it. The only thing that would be the version is the tag. So I think what we might need to do. Check to see if the ECR repo has a tag push like the git tag of a repo. Yeah, but then I'd have to like reach out to ECR to do this. I'd rather have a more of like an imperative or like a more of like a strict way where it's like if I tag it, then it just, you know what I mean? It just creates it. Technically, okay, let's think about this for a second. So when we build, we're always going to build on master. However, we only really care about building on PRs and tags now. Another thing we can do is we can get this build Docker stuff over here because we need this. Right? So we can do that. We're also going to need the AWS CLI as well as basically all of this. Right? So AWS CLI, jest, set up remote Docker, attach to the workspace. Interesting. Does your work? Yeah, it does. I do a lot of Kubernetes. Yeah. It does. It does indeed. Okay, I need to think about this. So basically, when we build, we set up remote Docker, we check out, we build images, and we push them. When we tag, we want to be able to do the same thing. We pull an image, and then we push the tagged version. GG. NeoVim docs. Do you have can I see like the man page on that? Like what it actually does? Honestly, I think we just do this. Yeah, I think this is it. I think we simply just have this run. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. This makes sense because yeah. Okay. I see. Okay. So then we'll do tag. Depends on. Or is it depends on or dude, I can't even remember. CircleCI configuration. Let's see here. Version, setup, orbs, executors, commands, tag, context. We're looking for, I think maybe it's requires. Actually, yeah, I think it's requires. Yeah, it's requires. Okay, so requires, right? We want to require the build job. However, we also want to filter only on tags. Tags. Use a plugin for your indent lines? Yeah, it's called indent line. I'm not even kidding. That's what it's called. Yeah. CircleCI does not run workflows for tags unless you explicitly specify tag filters. Additionally, if a job requires any other jobs, directly or indirectly, you must specify tag filters for those jobs. Tags can have keys only and ignore. You may also require regular expressions of the closing the slashes. Any tags that match only, any tags that match ignore. If either... The build job runs for all branches and tags. The deploy job runs for no branches and only for tags starting with V. Okay, I think this is what we want. Yeah. So build. This is really kind of confusing in my personal opinion, but whatever. All right, so we need to grab... Oh, wait, no. We want this. Build feature filter. So we're going to do it for all tags. Dude, would you like to copy? Hello? Computer? Maybe we... Oh, that's what... Pro tip, chat. Pro tip. Don't make a website where the only way you can get the code is by clicking the stupid little copy button. I don't know if you guys deal with this or this frustrates you, but this annoys the literal out of me. I hate it when there are code examples that I can't copy just the section I want. I have to copy the whole freaking thing and then do it. I hate that so much. It's such a bad documentation habit that so many documentation stuff. I would imagine it's because they're just all using the same like plugin or something, but man, is it annoying. Like it does frustrate me so much when that happens. /dot * oops. No. Come on now. * right? So we're saying filters. 2 jobs are defined, build and deploy. An example, 3 jobs are defined, build, test, and deploy. Damn, bro, your keyboard broke into 2 places. Damn, bro, I wish you had like a more unique joke. Not like I haven't heard that one the first time. Yes, it did. I got so pissed one day, Simple Jack, that I just put my face to the keyboard and broke it. That's what happened. That's what happened. Sorry, I'm just kidding. Tags only, branches ignore. So the ignore... Okay, I see. Yeah, I can tell you use your face. All right, man. Let's tread lightly on how much you want to lean into this joke, okay? That's all I'm going to say. I appreciate your commitment, but it's over. Deploy requires filters. Okay, so then filters. So for this one, it wants us to do tags only. But honestly, I just want all tags for now. Like, that's fine. Hey, you started... No, Doc, you're... I'm totally kidding with you. Sorry. I came in hot on that one. You're good, buddy. You're good. How you doing? Yeah, you're good, man. You're good. So here's what's interesting. If I do tags only everything, but then I do branches only everything, would this be... You feel me? Like I don't really want to like lock down the versioning right now because I don't know like what's gonna work for Simver with this. I mean, I guess I could write regex, but I don't really care. So build context, AWS filters tags only. So it will build for both branches and tags for build. And then tag will filter for branches. Oh, wait, no. Ignore. Yeah, that's right. This needs to be ignore. My bad. Ignore. There we go. So then tag will ignore all branches, but it'll run on all tags. And it requires build to run. Okay. Yeah, I think this makes sense. I think the only thing we're going to need to do as well is this current version is going to need to be replaced with whatever CircleCI's like environment variable is for it. CircleCI mvar. Yeah, no, I'm just messing with you though, Simple Jack. You're good, buddy. Sorry, I came in a little too hot there. A little too hot. It's been a day, man. It's been a day, Simple Jack, all right? It's been a day. It's already been a day. I just spent like a solid hour and a half trying to figure out my NeoVim config on tabs. It was awesome. All right. So we need the tag here. Here we go, tag. The name of the tag, if the current build is tagged for more execute. Okay, so yeah, so this should be the circle tag that we're looking for. Right? So we'll pull the SHA, we'll tag it, and then we'll push it. I think this is it. I think this is all we need. Yeah, I think AWS install, we run jest. Oh, okay. I also don't add anything to workspace. So we're going to need to do that. Attach to workspace. That means that somewhere in here persisted. Yeah, there we go. There's the persist. I'm just like copying blocks of code that I know work. All right, there we go. Persist workspace. Okay, so what's going to happen now, chat, is in the build stage, right? We're going to build, or we're going to set up AWS CLI. We're going to install the Jest CLI. We're going to set up remote Docker. We check out the source code. Honestly, probably just need to log into ECR and then check out. We build our images and then we push our images. Okay, cool. And then we persist to workspace the actual source code, right? So then when we get to tag, what we do is we do the AWS CLI again, install just like we did before, set up remote Docker, and then attach to a workspace again. I could make this into a command if I wanted to. So we could say like, if we wanted to like make it so it wasn't so copy pasty, you know what I mean? We could say like set up container, right? Or set up Docker maybe. And then we can grab this, right? Oh, right. Steps. And then, oh, yeah, perfect. Okay. And so then log into ECR. Do we need to log into ECR here too? Yeah, we do, eh? Yeah, we do. Okay. So then log into ECR can even be moved. All right. So now set up Docker, installs AWS CLI, installs Just, sets up remote Docker, and then logs into ECR. So now I can just do this. Set up Docker. And it'll do all of this stuff for me. So now I can do the same thing here. Set up Docker. And then we attach to the workspace. Yeah, this looks good. Log into ECR. Set up Docker. The only thing is this is technically not setting up Docker. This is installing Just. So maybe just to be, you know, super good about it, we'll say set up Just steps. There we go. Yeah, that looks good, right? So we set up Just, and then we set up Docker. I can put these right here. Set up Docker, login ECR. And as a matter of fact, now if we wanted to, we could even take this login ECR. We could just put it here, right? Because then it can all just be in this one command. There we go. So we'll set up Docker. We'll set up Just. Set up Docker. Set up Just. Check out. Yep. Set up Docker. Set up. You might be like, hey, BG, why are you not including the Just setup with the Docker stuff? Mostly just to not couple like two different things being done at the same time. You know? like the setup Docker takes care of the AWS CLI install. It takes care of the actual remote Docker setup as well as logging into ECR and all of that. So it just kind of makes it easier, if that makes sense, to have them separated and just like have the two run next to each other. But for right now, they're going to be running next to each other. In the future, they might not, right? Like this is because I have to set up just mostly because I'm using a base image here, right? But like if I was using my own base image, then I wouldn't have to worry about that. Log into ECR. Oh yeah, we don't even need to worry about that because it's going to happen here. Set up Docker. So again, log into ECR, set up remote Docker, do the AWS CLI install. Matter of fact, maybe we just do that first. Set up remote Docker, AWS CLI install, and then log into ECR. Yeah. Log into ECR needs just. Oh, you're right, it does. Yeah, you're right, it does. Okay, so then that means that setup just needs to be here. Good call, good call, good shout out. Yeah. Good call. So I'd rather do that then. That's probably a better approach. Set up Docker. AWS. So we set up remote Docker. Here, we'll just flip these. You know what? Now that it's a dependency, let's just put it up here. Yeah. I take back what I said. I didn't realize that was a hard requirement for ECR. So if that's the case, then yeah, we'll just do this. So we do AWS CLI install, we install just, we set up remote Docker, and then we log into ECR. Perfect. So then we set up Docker, check out, and yep, tag. Good call. Good call. I appreciate that, eScrugs. Thank you. Thank you. Like I said, it's been a day. It's been a day. All right, so let's do this now. We're going to say CircleCI. I'm just going to grab the CircleCI CLI really quickly from Nix. CircleCI config validate. All right, we're good. Okay, cool. So what have we done? We've set up our CLI, and we've also set up our just file, right? So we're going to say C feature CircleCI initial CI setup. All right, now this should just start working, honestly, because it's already got C. This is the publisher? Oh, crap. Did I just push that to a different branch? I did. Farts. All right, hold on. How did I do that? Cancel job. Yeah, we're just going to cancel that. We're also going to go here, git merge AF4. There we go. That's the branch I need to be on. I don't know how I did that. There we go. Okay, so now I can delete this branch because it's not needed anymore. Yeah, and we can go back here. Perfect. Cool. All right, there we go. All right, so let's see if our build works. Cool. Well, I mean, it's at least working. Hi, what's up? Hi, how's it going? Hello. Hub song. Hello. Huh. That's interesting, chat. That's super interesting. All right. I'm going to do something really quickly, which is I'm going to do our WG remove. Yeah, and then we're going to do WT add feature. And I should be in the right branch now, right? I'm not. Are you kidding me? Why is this? Why is working tree just giving me... Okay, time to learn more about working tree. So WT add. Oh, okay. I think I know what I need to do. I think I have to do this feature. I think I have to copy it twice because then it tells it what branch it is and then the path that it wants to go into. Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, I think in that case with existing branches, Now I should be on the right branch. I am. Okay. Yep. Yep. Okay. That's what it was. Oh, no just file found. Ah, okay. I know what that problem is. Wait, what? No just file found. What? Oh, crap. Because I have to check out before. All right, we're in a chicken before the egg scenario here. Yeah, so I need to check out code before I set up Docker. So there's actually a better way of doing this. I'm going to show it to you. You guys ready for this? We're going to say checkout. Steps. Checkout. Right. And then you might be like, BG, why are you doing that? Because then we're going to persist a workspace here. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a generic checkout job that just starts. Right. And its job solely is just going to be to check out. Right. When it does, though, it's also going to persist it to the workspace so that we don't have to like double check out or anything weird like that. So I know this seems like counterintuitive, but trust me, it actually makes a lot of sense. So now what I can do as a standard is in any thing, I can just attach workspace, right? So actually, remember how I said like, oh, well, I don't always attach workspace? Well, yeah, now we do. Now we've standardized it so that we always attach after the checkout. So now what I can do is go here, attach workspace, right? And then that would work. Right, so AWS CLI install, we do the CLI install, we do the just install, we set up remote Docker, or if we wanted to, we could attach workspace, then set up remote Docker, whatever. But now that we've attached after the checkout job itself, right, we don't have to worry about like, oh, how do we get that data or anything? It's just, it's in the workspace. So this is why we do like a checkout job instead of having it as a step in a job. Does that make sense? So now what I should be able to do is just copy this, paste this, do checkout. Don't need any kind of context, and we just do this. And then we say here requires, right, checkout. If the repository persists, could you have conflicts in subsequent runs? No. Workspaces are unique to their specific jobs, or at least they should be, Joseph. I guess the easiest way to put it is if you have a workspace that's being shared between pipelines, then that's purposeful, because by default, workspace pipelines should always be new, basically. Does that make sense? Hub Sinong, how's it going? Hello, hello. How long have I been a dev? I've been a dev for over 10 years. Yeah, I've been a dev for over 10 years. So check out filters, tags only, build, tags only, right? Yeah, okay, so this looks good. So now we have this like standardized checkout step. We'll say feat, CircleCI, added standard checkout step to persist workspace, or to persist, we'll say repository files is really what we did, right? Shouldn't you remove the filters from checkout? No, because in their documentation, they say that if you want to do a git tag, like look, you ready? Executing workflows off of a git tag. Here, let me zoom in for you guys a little bit. So in the example below, two workflows are defined: untagged build and tagged build, right? And what you can do is if you want, you can do a complete untagged path and then a complete tagged path if you really want to. And as a matter of fact, I guess I could do that as well. Right? Like we could have a workflow for, that's a good point. I wonder if that's actually a better scenario. Let's think about this. So this is going to be our like build test, build and test, maybe, right? Like maybe this is our build and test, right? And then we could do another one called deploy, right? And I'm just thinking like, if we do that, the problem is that, Yo, Sauron, thank you for the follow. So I don't know if it's really a problem, but like, let's think about this, right? So in this scenario, tagged build. Oh, but see, it's still on the job. So yeah, it doesn't really matter in this case. We'll just do what we've got. So build test tag, right, is what we're really kind of looking for here. Is build test. Technically, it should be build test deploy, right? Because we build it, we test it, and then we deploy it if we need to. Tag is just the missing deploy part. So like we could technically say deploy tag, right? And like build Docker, so we can kind of have like a better understanding of it. And we could even say like build checkout, right? So we build checkout, we build Docker, we deploy tag, right? Now we're getting a little bit like nicer, where it's like, okay, I kind of understand like in better detail what these things are doing, right? So build Docker, and then this can be like, you know, build checkout. Or if we wanted to, we could even say build files or workspace or something like that. But for now, this is fine. So build checkout, build Docker, deploy tag. Right now we've kind of like prefixed things by saying like if it's a build step, it'll have a build in front of it, right? And if it's a deploy step, it'll have a deploy in front of it. So that like in the future, if we decide like deploy service, right, then we can have another step that we add to that. What is the name of my keyboard? It's called a Moonlander. Moonlander. Because we landed on the moon, baby. It's a Moonlander. You can also do keyboard. You are welcome. So build checkout, build Docker, deploy tag requires, and so you'll see here that like now we say like build checkout because it requires build checkout, and then like build Docker. Thank you. It's a great keyboard. Genuinely, it's a great keyboard. Actually, one of the things you guys might not notice is my new color scheme, which I like, which is it just changes colors randomly on my keyboard. See how every key is just like randomly changing colors? It's a fun little, I really like the Moonlander, man. I really think it's one of the best keyboards you can buy out there. It's such a nice keyboard. I'm saying one of the nice, okay? So for all of you like other keyboard shillers, calm down. Saying one of the nice. Build Docker. All right, let's try this. Feature CircleCI added standard checkout step for workspace. All right, let's see what this does. Now we'll go back here. Here we go. We've got a new, you see how this workflow said build preview update? That's because this was for Pulumi. Whereas for like services, we do build test deploy. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at that. Bam. Look at how quickly we checked out that code, chat. Bam. Cloned it. Checked it out. Persisted it to workspace. Look at this. Spin up. Install AWS CLI latest. Install just latest. We did that. Now we attach to the workspace, and now, bam. Set up. Okay, and then bam, look, we're logged in, and we're building. Yeah! How do you not get lost with all this information? I'm going crazy here. I've been doing this for a long time, and I have, like, probably mental, like, ailments that I need to identify. You want my honest answer? That's probably what it is. I am a bit obsessive, so you know, yeah, I obsess about a lot of this stuff, yeah, I don't know. I don't know, man. I just live, eat, and breathe this. You know what I mean? So I don't expect everyone to be this way. It's just me. It's just me. It's just me, man. Just push. Oh, I don't know if this push is going to work. Like, you know, yeah, like a lot of real developers. Yeah, no, seriously. A lot of developers are like, you know, not like ADD or, you know, have other like, yeah, a lot of us are just up in the head. I blame it to a misspent youth. But you're able to, yeah, literally, yeah, trust me, yeah, you're able to remember like a lot of stuff you do want to remember, but not things you don't. Or you're able, yeah, whatever. See, I can't even talk. Chat, I can't even talk. That's how dumb I am. I can't even talk. True, like 100% true. So, okay, in all seriousness, Sauron, one of the things I will say that helps is context. In my job, I have to do a lot of context shifting. I get pulled from one thing to another all the time. And for me, and you can ask my co-host this, you can ask anybody who's like ever been around me long enough. I am the equivalent of like a black hole when it comes to talking to me about anything else than what I'm focused on. You can talk about it and it will be, pulled away, and I'll absorb it, but I won't be able to process it until like I'll even remember what someone said, but I won't be able to actually like process that until basically until like I stop myself to think about it. So like there's many times where like I've been talking to a Toto about something or something like that, and then like 5 minutes later I'll respond to him with this question. And he's like, what? Wait, what? And I'm like, oh, my bad, dog. My bad. Okay, we have a problem here, chat. Look at this. So we have a build step that is set as a, yo, Cianhorn, what is up, man? How's it going? My wife hates it when I get into those slows. I believe it, dog. Any partner, of any, whatever you, associate with, like any partner who has to deal with that, I feel for you. We might have the same wife. Nice. Thank you, dude, for the 11 months though, bro. Let's go. Thank you for the 11 months, man. I appreciate that. You are, you know what you are? You are a gentleman and a scholar. That's what you are. We're going to get rid of these because I'm imposing standards a little bit too quickly. Look at this. Look at this right here, chat. You notice how it says here, CircleCI build expecting weighted status to be reported, but then you'll see other statuses did get reported, build checkout, build Docker. I've already standardized statuses that need to be that need to be returned, right? So realistically, if I don't have this set to build and it returns a green, my PRs won't be mergeable. So even though I do like this build checkout, build Docker is like a good way of organizing my stuff, I need to adhere to my standards that I've already set. In this case, it's that build is what is waiting to have, it's an expected status. You see this expected? So I need to make it so that build is at least there. And so we'll get rid of the prefixes for now, right? And we'll just do build dash. Oh, yeah, I guess. No, I'll do it. I'll do it the manual way. I don't know if that was going to delete too much. Oh, you know what? I could do it this way. Check this out. So I could do this. Build. Oops. Come on now. Come on now. Come on now. There we go. Build. There we go. And now I can just do this. Boop. Oh, you know what though? This actually has to be build. Yeah. So that is build. Check out. And then we can do the same thing here, but build and tag. Okay, cool. So now if we do this, fix CircleCI, report proper status name. There we go. Now that is in place, right? We're going to run one more time, but it's actually going to do the checkout into the build step, right? So you see, there you go. Checkout is quick. By the way, chat, you should never have to spend a lot of time checking out your source code. If you are, that might not be good. But you can see here that, yeah, now that we've checked out, we are now running our build step. And if I go back here and I refresh this, we should see, yeah, you see this checkout passed, but CircleCI build is now pending. And this is see this required? Build is a required step. So checkout is not, but we require everything to be built with a Docker container. And so that's basically why that showed the way it did. It also looks like it built super fast. So yeah, that's cool. Yeah, because it's already got everything there. The image is actually fully cached and all that good stuff. Look at that. Noise. Noise. I said noise. All right. Docker layer caching is enabled. I think we're good with this. I think now what we want to do really is just merge it, right? Squash and merge and then add the tag, right? So let's do that. So let's squash and merge, right? Bam. According pipeline publisher has been squashed and merged. Now if we go back here, we should see, yep, see this? So on main, we do check out and we build still, right? But we don't tag yet, right? We don't actually tag. So now what we're going to do is, we're going to create a new release and we're going to tag it 0.1.0. Actually, let's not do this here. I'll do it in the source code. Okay, cool. All right, so WT remove. Let's get rid of our working tree. Let's go to main. Let's pull origin main. Cool. There's all of our source code. Look at that. And what's really neat about this too, chat, is like we took a node project and we literally rewrote it in Go in the same repository. So like what's funny is this commit, 3 commits, right? Look at this one. On June 15th, initial logic commit was all JavaScript. See this? TypeScript, all this, right? And then we said initial commit number 2 and now it's all Go. So yeah, we've 100% converted this into a Go project. So now what we want to do is get tag 0.1.0, I think, and then push tags. And there we go. Now we've got a new commit on a tag. So now if I go to our workflow and I go here, bam, look at this. Now we've got a tag, and look, tag is now a part of it. So this is why we have to do the only and, you know, ignore thing, because it's like basically CircleCI made their tag ignoring stuff inverted, right? Where they said like, okay, by default, everything runs on branches. So if you want it to run on a tag, you need to tell it, not only is it going to run on tags, it's going to run on branches, or not only is it going to run on branches, it's going to run on tags too. So that's what this filter is. This filter is misleading because honestly, what it should be is this, right? Like it should be that, but because CircleCI does this by default, you just have to tell it when you want to run. Like basically what we're telling is like, not only do we want you to run on branches, we also want you to run on tags, right? And so that's why we have the filters for tags, and that's why we ignore, right? Instead of saying like, oh, we just want tags, we're ignoring branches here because tag would run on branches if I didn't have that ignore, right? Just file does not contain recipe pull or... Oh. All right, we got to fix something, chat. So we're going to say get, how do you delete a tag? I forget how to delete a tag. I think it's like get push and then 0.1.0, I think. Origin. Yeah, there we go. So now that the tag is deleted, if I refresh, that should go away. Bam. Yeah, perfect. Okay, so the pull images is not working. Why is that? And as a matter of fact, let's do this. WT add -b, or here, we'll do this. But then we'll just do -b again. Already exists. Oh. Is there a way when you delete a working tree, it'll also delete the branch for you? Because that's something I run into a lot where like, I do a lot of squash commits, and so I don't really need to like keep the branch around once I'm done, you know what I mean? So I'm just wondering like Is there a way to do that where when I delete the working directory or working tree, it'll also do that for me too? I squash and delete. Oh, you do? Okay. Never mind. Well, then, never mind there, good sir. I appreciate your honesty on that. Looks like we're up creek without a paddle. Sorry, I'm just being stupid. Okay, so I'm saying doot, by the way, chat, just to be clear. Dashboard, Plumi Canyon, Redisty. Push. Okay, so I need... Where's the pull command? I need the pull command from the just file. Pull, here it is. Get a pull prune. Well, that'll, but okay, but that doesn't work with the working, like that doesn't do it with work trees. Let's make sure that we've got everything here. So pull, we've got tag, and we've got push. Tag, push, tag, tag. There, that'll make it a little easier. So we'll pull a tag, tag, pull tag, tag, Shaw version. Yeah, okay, cool. Circle tag, CircleCI. Okay, cool. So yeah, so this should fix that as well. All right, lazy get, C fix, just file, added missing pull command. Yeah. So then get tag rm, or how do you delete a tag locally? Is it just get tag rm? No, it's dash delete. Yeah. So get tag dash delete 0.1.0. And then that should be gone from my history as well. Yeah, cool. It is. Alrighty, let's go back to our publisher. New pull request. We'll create a pull request from this. And now that we have CI, it's a lot easier. Changes. Adds missing pull recipe for just file. The tag stuff seems like the type of thing that goes in pre-commit hooks. It could. I think the better way of saying that is that it could. I'm going to be real with you. I hate pre-commit hooks. No disrespect to our good friend Anthony Wright's code, but I hate pre-commits or pre-commit hooks. Like Git hooks in general, just not that big of a fan of. So yeah. Just being an average dev, I wouldn't want to learn tagging. I'm going to be real. I think that's something you kind of need to learn. That's probably not what you want to hear, but you should probably know versioning as a developer. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe that's my own 2 cents on that one, but I feel like knowing versioning as a developer would be a good idea. Tagging, whatever you want to call it, you know. Our work has tagging, but it's not done by me. Yeah, I get you. I just like, I'm going to be real. How do you debug it? Like, how do you know what version you're supposed to know is supposed, you know what I mean? Like that's more of a reason why it's a thing for me is it's not so much to like, should you implement tagging at your company? It's more so like, do you understand how it works so that you know how to tag things properly at least, you know, like knowing a hot fix or I'm sorry, like a patch, right, from like you know, other things is probably a good idea. I've automated our tagging based on conventional commits. Nice. Yeah, conventional commits are super nice. There's 2 things that you can look into. The first one, yeah, is semver. Semver is like the big one. Although I will say this, there's also this thing called zero-based versioning. And it's like becoming something new. it's being used by more things like HashiCorp, Vault, and Terraform use it. The idea really behind it, plain and simple, is that you never break out of zero. Right? So, for example, current version 0691 2022, right? Current version 013 2021, right? Like basically the idea here is with zero-based versioning, you're all really behind like just versioning. And so here, I'll send this to you. It's something that I'm actually I'm not the biggest fan of Semver. Everybody's got an opinion on it, and like I don't mind it. Like I'm gonna be real, I don't mind it, but I think Chris, was it you that posted about zero-based versioning? If you're still there, he might be like live right now for all I know. I'm probably asking like a wall. Is he live? He is live. Yeah, but I'm pretty sure that he posted a tweet about zero-based versioning. And yeah, like I think he might, but like this is an interesting approach. It's very simple. Yeah, it's basically very simple. IBG, do you have at Hippo something like an internal developer portal? We do not. No, we don't. We do not at the moment. No. I think it's something we're investigating, like interested in doing, but like I don't think we're actually doing it at the moment. No. Oh, there we go. Cool. All right, so Docker pull tag, cool. All right, so we look good here. Let's squash and merge this. Why not just get rid of the zero? I don't know. I didn't make the thing, so I don't know. It's a good question. I have no idea. Hang on. Scientists discovered how to make nuclear fission energy positive, and devs will need something new. Yeah, right. I vote for 69/420 based versioning. I like it. Have you heard about Backstage from Spotify? I have, yeah. I actually talked about it. By the way, hey, I'm doing a plug. Listen here, chat. I just did my very first front-end master, or front-end, jeez, I messed it up already. Never mind. Don't even go to it. Forget it. It's over. Don't even worry about the front-end master's course I just did on DevOps. I messed up the pitch already. Listen here, nerds. I made a course on front-end masters. It is my first ever course. It is called DevOps for Developers. We recorded it last week, and it is in the process of being put on the platform. So if you guys are front-end master subscribers or you're interested in the course, make sure to check out that link, because at this point, I'm just sending you guys to that. You want to get into DevOps? Go watch that. That's literally why I did it. I truly believe it is the best, one of the best things out there right now for getting started with DevOps. So yes, I recommend you check it out. It was a great stream. Thank you, man. It was, I didn't really know exactly how it was going to go, because that was the first time I'd ever done a front-end master's course. But yeah, it was good. It was good. There was a lot of good stuff in there. I was happy about it. All right, so what I'm going to do really quickly here is I'm going to delete a bunch of these tags. And you might be like, BG, why are you going to do that? Well, because I want to start from scratch here. You know what I think we're going to do? I think we're going to bump up to 1.0.0. Yeah. I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to delete all these tags, and we're going to bump up to 1.0.0. Yeah. Yep. That's what I want to do. Yeah. Okay. So, wait. I have 2 branches. Wait, what? Oh, this is the Pulumi stuff. My bad. Yeah, we're going to go directly to 1.0.0. Mainly because up until now, I've been using everything as 0, like pre-release. But I don't want to use those versions anymore. Like I only want 1.0.0 to here. Or I just do 0.1.0 and hope that the Lambda can like redeploy itself. Actually, you know what? No, I think we can do that. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll just start at 0. We'll reset to 0.1.0. Because honestly, if I do decide to go with the 0-based versioning, then I have to like be prepared for that. You know what I mean? So I'd rather, for now, I would rather stay under. Well, but technically this is a full version. So like maybe it does make sense to just do this and not like try and overanalyze everything too quickly. Might be a good idea. 0.1.0. All right, I'm going to do another question for you guys. You guys ready? Another poll coming up. Which should we use? Which should we use to tag? 0.1.0 or 1.0.0? All right, you vote, chat. You vote. I'll use whatever one you want. Should we start with 0.1.0 or should we use 1.0.0? 69.420 is not an option. Sorry. Am I using Git? Yes, I'm using Git. Vote. Vote. Yes, GitHub. I am. Yeah. 0.1.0. I am using GitHub, yeah. It looks like 0.1.0 is going to win. So here's the thing. This is technically a full release because this is the first working version. Right? Like this is the first working version. The question we have to ask ourselves is, do we want to start with 0.1.0 and just start with 0, or do we want to start with 1? Right? This is the first working version. My take is for using 1.0 for a big prod release with a Hacker News article. All right, so that's the dependency, is if it's in a Hacker News article, it gets a sim for full version up. I can respect that. I can respect that. That's a fair reason to bump it up. It looks like 0.1.0 is gonna win. Ooh, I got an email. Yep. It looks like it just pulled forward, chat. 0.1.0 it is. All right. All right. So we're going to git tag, git put. Oh, wait. All right. 0.1.0 it is. The Neo, what's up, man? How's it going? Fix just file. Okay. So yeah, so we're going to say git tag 0.1.0. And we're going to push tags. Cool. Okay. So if I refresh, we have no images. Great. We go here. Here's our tag pipeline. 0.1.0. Checkout. Come on now. Come on, Docker. I believe in you. Did I try Azure DevOps? Homie, I did a whole YouTube series on Azure. If you go to YouTube, actually here, if you just go to our YouTube, Yeah, go to our YouTube. Click that first link. Scroll down to the bottom. Shabam! Look at that. You want to know about Azure stuff? Look at that. Microsoft Azure sponsored streams. We've done a bunch of them. It's really funny because like we have our own videos which, you know, are performing on their own, but then we also have videos on other people's like on Microsoft Azure's like actual thing. And because they have a bigger like subscriber count than we do right now, like they're killing it. Oh, you little I didn't realize Bash did one. That's funny. Bash snuck in an Azure stream. All right. Yeah, so there's a lot of these in here that are ones that we've done. Most of these are ones that we've done actually. So develop app. This one is one of ours. Hold on. Wait, let me make sure that the tag worked. Oh, the tag didn't work again? What? No such image. Yeah, they did basically. What? Okay. Dang it, we got to delete the tag again. What am I missing, chat? I'm genuinely missing something here that's like, ugh. All right, let's I'm missing something here, chat. I want to see something really quickly. Get work tree prune? What does prune do? AMGC init move p. I don't know what any of this stuff is. 0.1 to 0. That is why you're no, that's not why we're missing it. You're funny. You know what? You're a funny one. That's what you are. I'm missing one more step in CircleCI. Push images. E6. E6. No such image. Really? It's right here. Crap. No? Yep. I didn't. Dang it. Okay. I forgot to put the prefix. That's what it is. I forgot to put the prefix. Yep. No, it's genuinely that I forgot to put that prefix. Fix, just file, added missing prefix for tag. Yeah, I missed the prefix. 'Cause I'm a genius, as Dota said. Yeah, I don't know if that's true. See, I almost made a mistake and walked away from it. Like the song says. Oh, jeez. Is it now version 0? No. It should be. I'm gonna be real. It should be that. Yes, it technically should be that, but missing prefixes for tag recipe in just file. Alt F4 LLC, yeah. Man, all my jokes are solved. You're fine. Check. Rip mic. Wait, can you guys not hear me now? Yeah, you guys can hear me, right? We're good, right? We've been having mic problems, so that's why I'm asking. We can hear you? Okay, cool. All right. Okay, so backstage. So it's Spotify, right? Spotify backstage, right? For some seconds. Check. Yeah. I'm worried. Yeah, I think we gotta we gotta figure something out. Okay, so backstage. What is it? Backstage is basically what I teach as one of the things in my front-end master's course, actually, which is the concept of having off-of-the-shelf services that basically there's like a complete service directory and everything for you. Alex, here's what I'll say, and for anyone interested in it, here's what I'll say. This is something that I guarantee you solves a really great problem at Spotify, but mileage may vary when it comes with stuff like this, okay? If you think about what you really need, right, which is maybe some type of, simple automation that you can reuse and stuff like that, you do not need Backstage at all, right? Backstage is much larger than just like automation stuff. It does a lot of different things. So that's really my biggest thing, is just like, how adoptable it is for what you need. So you'll see, like, with Backstage, you can build one central place for your engineering organization tool, resources, documentation, from CI/CD status to Kubernetes. Like, there's a lot of things that you can do with it, but if you have specific things that you need, it might fall short. And that's what I really mean, again, by, like, mileage may vary. Like, you know, I can't tell you if it's good for your, like, I guess what I mean to say is, like, it's a really great concept, and we use something like it at Hippo, but we don't use it. We basically built our own Backstage where I work. And I will say it's not as complex or as maybe like evolved as that Backstage. However, it does do everything we want it to. You know what I mean? So that, you know, is going to be kind of your thing. Is you have to ask yourself the question, what do you want? And does Backstage give you all of those things? If it does, then Backstage might be perfect for you. But if Backstage gives you a bunch of things that you also don't want per se, you might find yourself dealing with, like, you know, trying to figure out how to get something to work for this or something. So personally, with things like this, I like to explore both options of something that can solve the problem for us, as well as how we would do it ourselves from scratch. Compare those two solutions and see which one is better for you. And then you'll know. But I think realistically, you're going to have to, you know, scout it out for one. You're going to have to take some time and be like, all right, you know, comparison here. Is this what we like? Is this what we want? Is this what we need? You know, and then, like, again, when you get into, yeah, really use it. Yeah. Write a TDD. Yeah. Like, in all seriousness. Yeah. Write a TDD. Right. This isn't something that you can just look at a website and be like, I can figure, like, you're going to have to sit down and, yeah, you're gonna have to figure it out. You know, do I think it's bad? I don't fully know, because I've never fully used it at that scale. You know what I mean? So it's not like it's good or bad per se. It's more so like I just don't know, you know? I know what it does, and I know that it can do a good job at it, but I'm not too fully sure on, you know, if it'll solve all of your problems. That's where the technical document comes into play. All right, check it out, chat. So we got 0.1.0 out. Hell yeah. And all of our automation is good. So now our recording pipeline publisher is fully automated. And yeah, of course, Alex. I mean, listen, dude, honestly, and listen, this is for everybody. Join our Discord. Hop in the Discord. Ask questions. We have a community that is entirely focused around DevOps and infrastructure and all of this kind of stuff. Like, you're welcome to join our Discord. Hop into the DevOps and Infra channel. Hop into the programming channel. Hop into the next channel. Hop into any of these forums that we have set up so that you guys can ask, like, lean on our community for help. You know, like, that's literally what we're here for. We have mods in chat in our Discord dedicated to help you guys. So feel free to join the Discord. Like, come back, have more feedback. Let us know what you did deal with, what you know what I mean? It's basically, it's not going to be just one conversation. It's going to be a lot of conversations that you're going to have. So cool. All right. Well, chat, hey, that's good. We now have a fully automated recording pipeline publisher. And not only that, but it's tagged even, which means now we have a versioned Lambda, right? This versioned Lambda is something that we can easily, you know, update later and redeploy. As a matter of fact, if I wanted to, right, I could now even go to this. So tell you what, now what we'll go to is we'll go to recording pipeline Pulumi, right? Git clone bear, right? And so now if we go here, wt add main, we'll add our main one, and then wt add our branch, which is our initial commit for all of our automation, right? Git pull origin. And say I'm like, all right, now I want to update this, right? Now I can just go to the publisher, right? Go down to the bottom, and you see where the image URI is? We can literally just bring this back to 0.1.0. And now we have reset our versioning, where now we have a fully working version of something. It's not only fully working, but it's also started at 0.1.0. So we can go forward now, you know, doing everything we need to. All right, guys, listen up. I'm going to call it here. I've been going for 4 hours, and I got a lot of stuff I got to do today. So yeah, thank you. Listen, hugs to all of you. I love you guys so much. If you are new to our channel, be sure to check out that little blurb right there. Basically, we are a variety channel hosted by myself, BG, as well as my good friend Atoda. During the week, Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, usually between 8 a.m. and 10 a.m. is when I start. You get to hang out with me, where, again, I am a senior software engineer. I've also worked in DevOps for quite some time now, and I do a lot of these kind of things. Going forward, here are my plans, chat, all right? Here are my plans. I want to start getting more work done on Quirk. I want to do what we did with the recording pipeline with Quirk. I want to start leaning on Lambdas more. I want to start getting stuff out of EKS and leaned on like full serverless options if we can. And the reason for that is because I know there are places we can do that. And I think it's going to save us a lot of money. So that's going to be one of the big things that I want to do. Rewrite to LSP containers. So again, if you guys don't know what Quirk is, there's Quirk right there. Basically, everything that powers our community, whether it be the chatbot, whether it be the notifications, all that stuff is powered by Quirk. That is a platform that we're building eventually to hopefully make money off of. The next thing is LSP containers. LSP containers is an open source project that I build that's entirely around language servers in NeoVim and using Docker and other containerized systems to basically install them and run them so that you don't have to install them yourself. I want to rewrite LSP containers. So that's something else that's going to be coming up in the near future. And on top of that, we are going to jump into Haskell. I believe the Twitter poll is over now. And so if I go to it, let's see here. If I go to the poll, I believe Haskell won. I'm gonna go ahead and say Haskell probably won. Yeah, it did. It definitely won. Yeah, so you can see here Haskell was 60. So I am gonna be. There's 44 minutes left. You guys should definitely, put in what you guys want me to do. But it looks like it's gonna be Haskell. So yeah, so Haskell is gonna be another thing that we're gonna be jumping into. I'm excited to start learning more functional based designs and things like that with programming. So yeah, get excited, chat. Get excited. Again, if you are new here, also be sure to check out our Discord. Again, that's where our community grows in the off hours. If you guys have any questions or anything like that, you're welcome to ask them. Yo, what's up, Snow? How's it going? Hey, Snow Cone, how are you? Shout out to Snow Cone. I am literally about to call the stream now. So yeah, there's our Discord. There's our social media. You're welcome to follow us on the Twitters, where I, talk about all sorts of random stuff. And then remember to subscribe to the YouTubes. There's 2 YouTubes. We have our main YouTube, which is focused entirely on more cultivated content, whether it be our sponsored streams, as well as other things that I'm trying to share with you guys. And then we also have our archives. Our archives is where literally what we were made the recording pipeline for. And so all of our VODs get taken out of that, get shot into Amazon, and then get uploaded to YouTube. And so if you ever feel like you missed anything or anything like that, you're welcome to go check out the VOD. So subscribe to both of those YouTubes, as we are going to be updating them frequently. And yeah, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. I really, really, really appreciate it. I love you guys. Seriously, you guys are amazing. Oh, Snow, thank you for the 10 months. You're okay. You're okay. You're an honorary Alt F4er, okay? So we appreciate you no matter what. All right, so let me find somebody to raid here. By the way, again, remember, Atoda will be live tomorrow, chat. Atoda streams on the weekends. He is brand new to programming, and it is something that he is very excited about. He is learning all sorts of different stuff. He's learning front end. He's learning back end. He's learning everything in between. So if you guys are interested in that stream, he will be live tomorrow as well. So I hope to see you then. Let's find somebody to raid though. Yeah, let's find somebody to raid here really quickly. Let's just go raid Tej, man. We've been doing the NeoVim thing all day today. Let's just go raid Tej and say hi to him, all right? So we're going to go say hi to Tej, the wonderful Tej. Make sure to say hello to him. Have a fantastic rest of your evening. I hope to see you in the Discord. I hope to see you tomorrow for for a Atoda stream. Yeah, so have a great rest of your day, guys. I love you. I appreciate you. And I will see you for more Alt F4 streams. See you guys. Enjoy the raid.